You want me?
Okay, and we're at it again here, and Steph was whining about wanting a link. I'll go and send her one here.
Welcome to the Freak Show, baby.
Mm-hmm. And should I put it in general or just keep it?
Yeah, it's up to you right now. For now,
let's keep it a little tighter knit here. So I'll just send one to Steph. So check your DMs, whiny. Okay, here.
And welcome and hello, people, to the Freak Show. I had to kick a cat off my chair in order to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, don't bite at my fingers.
Mm.
She's like, but they taste like cheese. You were eating something with cheese on it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, no try to eat the cheese off my fingers. She's like, but I want it.
But you had cheese. Again. Oops. Again.
Kitty cats are such interesting little bitches. Speaking of interesting little bitches, welcome, Steph. I mean,
hey. Hungry.
Yeah.
Hi, baby.
She's feeling chastised. She wasn't not allowed to eat the cheesy fingers. So let's just jump right into it here. Let's see. A little something. Oh, another Chad Porto part. Star Trek Darkness proved that remaking Star Trek cannot work. They're just pulling no punches here. Should avoid making remakes for the simple fact that fans will never truly accept them. No shit. Yeah.
No, that's actually not why that was rejected. It was rejected because it was a piss poor remake.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not just the
remakes can be very good. I've seen plenty of times. I've seen remakes of things, movie retellings of old shows and stuff that were actually good and were widely accepted by fans. Star Trek wasn't because it's not Star Trek. It's a popcorn flick with Star Trek names on it.
Case in point,
actual show that is called Star Trek.
Case in point, Battlestar Galactica. That one, the reboot worked because it was an honest reboot. They're up front. No, we're not continuing the old show. And frankly, if you look at it honestly, the old show kind of sucked in spots. We liked it because of the personalities involved. We liked Dirk Benedict and Richard Hatch and them. The stories themselves stunk on ice for the most part, though. Let's be honest. They didn't really start figuring out what they were doing until like the last one, you know. And even then, but it's like, the premise though. That's like we could, especially in a post 9/11 world. Okay, now this just resonates a bit more now, so they can do with it. And they made it work. But
still don't really care about it.
Yeah, that's it. I don't agree with it at the end where they destroyed the Galactica. No, you don't destroy a piece of technology like that. God damn it. I'm a big ship guy. Okay, here we go. Star Trek needs to avoid the current trend of Hollywood and remaking anything. Too late. No, they're on the
way too late for that piece of advice. They kind of led that.
They were kind of on the leading edge of that. They weren't the first, but they were one of the first. Too often we see stories get rebooted, retconned, and otherwise restarted just to continue a successful franchise. The most recent series, one that I won't deny I'm very interested in, is the Dexter reboot. With a firm conclusion in Dexter New Blood, a new series in the works that rejects the ending of New Blood. A new sequel series will go hand in hand with the new prequel series. I'm quite excited about it, and hopefully it does things the right way. It's something that Star Trek can't really do and needs to avoid doing. Thankfully, Star Trek hasn't done the reboot idea much. They're always one bad year creatively from going into the typical cesspool that is content reboots. What do you think Discovery is, Sparky?
Discovery is a bad Star Trek reboot of Andromeda. Let's fucking be honest.
Well, I even referenced that in the video. Got the thumbnail. Dylan back there. I like a word. Burnham doing a derpy face. Well, it's fair to claim that the universe got started with 2009 as is a reboot universe, Kelvin timeline. I don't largely believe that. The Star Trek 2009 and Star Trek, stop jumping on me, 2009 and Star Trek Beyond are wholly unique and different stories. They did well, and I can no, Beyond bombed. Beyond outright bombed.
Oh dear God! What crack pipe are they on?
It didn't even make back production budget. What if it broke even at all is because of the foreign box office, but it was an outright bomb at the box office. Managed retaliation for Into Darkness, but again, it's also how as expensive those movies were. It's debatable whether any of them actually made any money. Certainly not the money they were looking for. They're hoping to make this thing to $1 billion franchise. Like, no, sorry. Okay.
No, I've been a part of breaking down the entire analysis of how much they actually spent versus how much they actually made versus how much actually spent and how much actually made on the other one, on the old movies versus inflation. And ain't none of these modern ones touching shit.
Yeah.
Some of them, if you look directly at the numbers and you don't look at inflation at all, it looks like they're more successful. But then you look at inflation and realize that money is worth like a quarter of what it was during the first ones and go, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's probably not a very honest representation. Who'd have thought you need to actually account for the value of your dollar not being the same fucking thing? Sorry.
Oh, dear. Said he wasn't a big fan of Rathacon. It was just Ricardo Montalban chewing the scenery for 2 hours. Yeah, well,
Go fuck yourself. I mean,
ideas. That's what saved their ass was Montalban. Yeah.
Anybody who makes that comment about Rathacon needs to go fuck themselves anally.
Yeah.
And they even spelled Montalban wrong, fuckers.
He has a problem with typos anyway. Chad, typo, proofread your shit, okay? This is minor compared to you. That's he's missing a word. Yeah, I was extremely engaged with Into Darkness. I thought Benedict Cumberbatch's take on continuity was inspired, and making him less of a pontificating villain and more of a ranting psychopath was perfect. Plus, he's so damn quotable.
No, it was horrible for Khan. Khan was supposed to be intellectual, not some superhero.
And
it wasn't supposed to have these like superhero battles. It wasn't supposed to be like freaking Marvels in space shit. It was supposed to be an intellectual villain.
I mean, that's another case. That's another case of the only thing that makes it halfway watchable is Cumberbatch.
But
he isn't that good, but it's not that good. It's still stupid.
So cringy the way they wrote the character. It doesn't make sense. It's not Khan, so they can go shove it.
It's like when they did that, everything wrong when CinemaSins did everything wrong with Into Darkness, and then my name is God. Surprise, but only for 9. That's,
And what the hell was up with Noel Quark being in there? That was just.
I don't know. He's a nice guy. I interacted a bit with him. It was a check. Okay.
Now.
A lot of British. It's a check. Okay.
For sake of investigation, for things I've done for streams and videos and other stuff, did I buy crappy versions of these off of the thrift store book trader shelves? Sure. They didn't get a cent of my money from the studio, so
yeah, this makes me doubt Porto's a bit, I thought the film was great, and it's one of my personal favorite films in the Star Trek canon. Yes, let's save Kirk and with Khan's super blood. And yes, it's a direct quote from McCoy in the movie.
They literally was like they were trying to turn Star Trek into this cross between Marvels and Star Wars. It was cringy as hell. It was not Trek.
I think the film was great and the story engaging yet because it tried to do the Rathacon from me. I believe it tried to combine Space Seed and Rathacon with none of the buildup. It's either Rathacon worked because you had Space Seed back then. You had that history. It took very little explanation of why Khan hates Kirk. Okay. Why he was there in the first damn place, okay? Very few people went into Rathacon, not knowing a damn thing about what was going on. And there's a little exposition to explain that.
Like these people are so fucking brain dead with their heads up their anal cavities. And oh, gee, I don't know why it was popular here. Watch a sec while I stick my fingers up my ass. Yeah, for fuck's sakes, it's not hard to figure it out.
So I believe it was
actually really obvious.
Dismissed by the fandom as a soulless retread. Yeah, it was. Bingo.
That, in other words, the fans got it right. And they understood what was really going on. Did that cause you pain, dumbasses? That the fans pegged your shit and pegged you like the little bitch you are?
No lube, no warning, just yeah, okay. I'm fine with the spin-off series, The Strange New Worlds. The fills the gas, the early cancellation, the original series left. I feel because I feel that this is where he needs to proofread his shit.
Because you guys don't understand what Trek actually is. Because most of you were never real fans. Oh, did I bruise your egos?
No, it's also the big thing. Yeah. Kirk, we're going to start a whole Star Trek universe. It was already there, asshole.
Nobody asked for nor wanted your Star Trek universe, Kurtzman.
Yeah.
Go lick windows.
What you've done is you create a multiverse because you create stuff that does not fit. So to be charitable, all we can say it's an alternate timeline. Thank you, Mike McMahon, for giving us that gift on the way out the door. Because then McMahon's a hardcore fanboy. You know, and he said in there, I knew what he was doing. And then applause with liability. Yeah, you can just take it as a one-off joke. Or,
can I please
like I said,
point out the level of stupidity in all this shit? It's like when I have to sit there and go thank you to a show, honestly, I don't like and that I badmouth. What is wrong with all of you people?
Yeah. And Rick and Morty and Star Trek save Star Trek.
Which is sad and sick and disturbing and bothers me. But I'll give them credit. They're still better than this shit. I mean it's so difficult to pull your head out of your rectal cavity. Try to use a brain cell. Oh, never mind. I think I figured out what the problem is.
They have no brain.
We don't care your opinions, you fake fan piece of shit bitches. Guess who's on her hormone therapy today?
We can tell.
So it's gonna be fun. Okay, now see. Let's say listen. How long was this? 7 plot changes that doomed Star Trek Discovery before it started. Oh, from Chad again. This is back in April though.
The very existence of it doomed it because it's shit.
Yeah.
I mean, can we just put it that way and be done with this whole bullshit stupidity?
Yeah. And then we'll say, well, Brian Fuller. Yeah, Brian Fuller is no friend of canon either. Okay.
Yeah.
When he was on Enterprise, and they were setting up for Inamir Darkly, he was arguing, no, they should have the same, same as the Enterprise. No, Brian. No, it's not how it works. Okay. We saw other ships have other insignia. Okay.
Do we point out that I'm not a fan of that show either? Because I don't think it's good enough to canon.
Yeah.
I mean, I am hardcore. I'm nastier to these poser shit things than you are. We have a few we disagree on, but generally speaking, I'm harder on most Trek than you are.
Let's see. Star Trek Discovery rubbed fans the wrong way upon launch and did so for a variety of reasons. Those reasons are why we're here today. It's absolutely a fact that the needless changes to the lore affected how fans embraced the show far more than any other element that defenders of the show would like to cite. At the core of the criticism, it didn't feel or flow like a Star Trek show, and even if it did, it made changes to the canon that felt forced. It felt self-serving and at times more like pandering. Pandering to anyone who wasn't already a Star Trek fan, and it didn't work. And while some will dismiss the criticism, it's important to know why Star Trek has prevailed all these years: consistency. It follows a through line that connects eras and generations to one another. In other words, there's already a universe in place there, Alex. You didn't exactly invent the wheel here. It allows fans
they didn't even reinvent the wheel. They just pissed on it.
No, they just said, oh, there we go. We can, It allows fans to explore the new and bold with younger fans and keeps them connected by historical events that became the bedrock of the franchise.
In other words, we don't know what the fuck we're doing and we're making excuses.
Yeah. When you start tampering those events, those reasons fans became fans in the first place, you start telling the fans that the thing that connected them together for all these years wasn't good enough. That's where people start to have an issue. Franchise doesn't reboot, it adds on. And Discovery felt like a show that was ashamed of what it came before. Yeah, no shit. Instead of embracing the typical things that made Star Trek what it was, it sought to change it. It sought to make it franchise better than those that came before it. It didn't strive to be the next chapter.
Andromeda was great was because they didn't have everything from Gene, so they didn't try to tie it into the Star Trek universe like he originally wanted it. They made it its own thing because it was too complicated to tie it into the universe without screwing things up. And they accepted that and understood that. That's where this was important. And it's not that hard.
And Robert Hewitt Wolf's a hell of a lot better writer than ever will be.
I mean, trust me, nothing's hard around these little bitches.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. It didn't strive to be the next chapter. It strived to be the only chapter worth existing. It manipulated established facts because it wouldn't fit otherwise, and in doing so, upset countless fans and left a nasty taste in their mouths for years to come. Discovery may have found a smaller but more loyal audience eventually, but it's fair to say that this show never reached the heights it was intended for, and for good reason.
More loyal, my ass.
No. No.
Star Trek fans are incredibly loyal to our nerddom. No, kiss my rectum.
Yeah, these guys will not stick around long. It's best not
It's going to come and pass and be gone, and nobody's going to remember it. Nobody's going to give a shit about it. Nobody's going to want to know about it. It's going to mean jack shit in the long term. It's not important.
Let's see. First one, the Spore Drive. Talk about a concept that is universe breaking. The Spore Drive eliminates space travel by allowing Discovery to teleport to any point in the universe. Basically, it's the infinite improbability drive tried to play straight. The only thing missing was a sperm whale and a bowl of petunias appearing behind the Discovery whenever time I ported.
Look, I don't want to be a bitch, but give me a minute to be a bitch here. You poser ass bitch, fake fans don't know shit about Trek. You shouldn't be touching Trek. You should be off in the corner, thumbing your own asses, because that's how intelligent you are.
And it's also where Kurtzman's great genius comes in, because in Fuller's original concept, yes, there was reference to a mycelial network, but it's what a real mycelial network is. It's a fungal thing under the ground. There was no idea of using it to travel between stars. And Paul Stamets is a real guy. He's an expert in fungus. That's where he came, in mushrooms and stuff. And that's what it's talking about. They're talking about actual fungus and stuff, and But the idea that we could use this to travel at any point in the earth, what the fuck are you talking about? So
because these poser bitches don't know shit about scientific theories.
They said if they're smart to figure it out 100 years before Next Generation, then by Voyager, they should have already had it. The show, the pilot episode in that case would have ended like after 10 minutes. Just get everything back online, get the Spore Drive, we're going back to the Alpha Quadrant. Oh my God.
We are surrounded by dumb shits.
Chad, how did this get past your spell check? Experimenting?
Easy. He was thumbing his own asshole. I told you that.
If there's not these veteran science where no one's experimenting with this, I mean, in reality, we had an entire video game plot that mirrored Discovery so much that, poor Anas Abdeen, his tardigrade storyline is obvious. Anyone outside of New York and not being paid off by Viacom lawyers that this was ripped off. Okay.
Also, by the way, it didn't mirror Discovery. It mirrored Discovery ripping off Andromeda. Let's be absolutely clear in that. So it's like they want to act like this is something they created and they have a right to it. Let's get it fucking straight here.
Yeah.
They didn't do it first either.
Yeah. So let's see. Next one up here. Ship technology as a whole. Yeah.
As a whole would be about the right term, actually.
Yeah. The rectum to be specific.
Yeah, I left it wide enough. You didn't really need to fill it in.
That's what for the slower ones in the audience. Everything, yeah. With all sorts of 3D
Discovery watchers watched our show.
Well, maybe I hate watcher. I look what it did to trash it upwards. Oh, my keyboard is gone. All right.
Oh God.
But all the holidays, I said that. Where was all this tech just 10 years later when James T. Kirk takes over the Enterprise? They had so many holograms and advanced computers that made what came in the original look pathetic. And same. That's it. They made sure to keep the holograms out of the Enterprise when Christopher Pike was in command. So, it's like, again, fig leaves, really. It's like, he doesn't like it. That's not going to keep him out, guys.
And this guy's name is Chad?
Yeah. Ah, yes, and then the Klingorks. Again, they opened with these idiots, okay? And this is why I say they blew it in the first 5 minutes of the show.
We don't know what we're doing. Let us showcase that in grand spectrum. None of you have any thoughts about why.
It's like, the guy who designed the Klingon makeup was on this sci-fi show Face Off, where people do a makeup competition. And one of the admonitions is like, don't hide the face. So you got to see the eyes so the character comes through. What does he do with these Klingons? Buries them under 5 pounds of latex. Is this a human or an animatronic? Yeah.
I never could understand how somebody could go from Face Off to the crap that he's doing.
Yeah.
Because Face Off was a good show.
Yeah.
And it actually was well done and actually tested people on actual understanding of costuming and sci-fi and history of sci-fi. How do you go from that to the shit you're doing now?
They paid him.
If I recall, Doug Jones was a guest judge on one episode.
Oh, yeah. He's been through plenty of... Most of his work has been under various forms of prosthetics.
Mac tonight.
Well, the Mac startup, but also Abe Sapien in Hellboy. I think he may have also been the guy in Pan's Labyrinth. And he's got a weird body shape, so it makes it even stranger when they, let's see.
How do you lose yourself so much over what the almighty dollar? Shove that dollar up your ass.
Move on to the next one here. Overpowering the Klingons.
Klingons may have been very strong and very powerful, but they were still a humanoid.
Well, that's a
Worf's tale of being too strong and accidentally killing a classmate while playing had humanity to it. It was something that any good athlete could envision accidentally happening when they were playing with fellow kids. It was realistic and tragic. That's what made it beautiful.
Their sarcophagus ship, but he's like, I didn't any indication that the designer of the ships had ever seen Star Trek or really even knew what a Klingon was. And also the fact that they stick their button.
I was thinking a lot of the ships in Discovery kind of remind me of what would happen if you let somebody lick windows while trying to rip off designs from Stargate, actually.
Yeah, and it was actually one of the Trek yards thing talking about the Klingon birds of prey. It looks more like a one of the gliders from Stargate. Yeah. But it's like the whole thing. Well, let's stick the bodies of it. What's the first thing we see of Klingon death ritual in Star Trek? In any form of Star Trek? It's the Next Generation, Heart of Glory.
Yep.
And the Klingon is dead, and we have the way. It's an empty husk. Do it. See, dispose it as you see fit. No, just throw it out in the trash. We don't care. Because once they've, held the eyes open and screamed, warning the afterlife, the Klingon warrior is on his way, they have no use for the body. So this whole thing about, covering the ship in Klingon corpses was like, no, that's not how it works. Have you guys ever heard of Klingons?
The answer is no. They don't know what they're talking about. They did it because of money, not because they actually knew jack shit. And that's what kills me.
Yeah.
And the Klingon War, it's like that's nothing. Going, Axanar, they tried to build the 4 Years' War. One, some of the indications that wasn't the Klingons. It was somebody else. It's there's a bunch of little mishmash here. So the most I can say is, prior to the original series, yeah, we've been having troubles with the Klingons, with disputed territory and everything else, but and there may very well have been some outright conflicts there, but nothing of this galaxy-spanning war was devastating everything. The other thing,
I also, while they may have had violent sexual behaviors, they definitely weren't just flipping SA like they're portrayed in that either.
No.
Ow.
They also were not cannibals.
Hi, Riot!
No. Talking about how they ate Captain Giorgio. It's like, what the fuck?
It's like, for the people who claim that all these alien species and all these fantasy species represent different races, the Klingons did. They were a written conglomeration of multiple cultures' honor codes. To try to suddenly paint them in the way that they painted them is actually really bigoted to the cultures that were being represented.
Yeah.
One of which, by the way, was Lakota.
And then we got Mikey Spock.
Oh dear God.
No, this character truly is the living embodiment of the Mary Sue concept.
I'm perfect in every way, except for I'm not, and everybody hates me. But that's because they're not perfect enough for me. Why don't they love me? They're such assholes.
Oh God.
It's like, I dig up that thing. It's like, no, it's like, because the whole little history goes back to fanfic back in the early 70s. And it was just a snarky little 1 or 2 paragraph blurb and a fanzine about Ensign Mary Sue, graduated from the Academy at 15, knows everything, comes on board, everyone loves her, she saves the ship, helps Spock through Ponfar, Kirk's in love with her, she dies heroically, and the anniversary of her death is a holiday marked on the ship.
Look on the screen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
But trying to shoehorn Michael Burnham into Spock's film is done solely to bring Spock and Discovery so they can market some nostalgia alongside the show. It didn't work for a variety of reasons, mostly because of retcon Spock's entire life needlessly. I mean, it was pushing it, just bringing Cybok in. Even that one's like, I still reject that one entirely because that is one case like Roddenberry. That movie's apocryphal. It didn't really happen that way.
There were occasional moments within the beginning and the movies where you could actually see they tried to remember some of the things about Spock, but it changed so much and it didn't make sense. Like I said, the best part was them actually having him warring with the kids that hated him for being mixed race, because that was in the original Spock story.
Yeah.
And that he had to teach himself to control his human emotions because he raged at it. It was actually something that was referenced.
And let it never be said that JJ won't rip off a better concept when it's laying in front of him. And now we're getting into the details. The uniforms are among the ugliest that any Star Trek shows ever featured. They're marching band uniforms. No, seriously,
Yeah, didn't you say
I'd say the only uniforms I would rate less are the motion picture. Because I still say those are some of the worst sewn costumes I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Honey.
I mean, you can make the motion picture one work a little bit with an addition of a zipper here and there, but
honey.
No, it was still shit. It still looks like a 5-year-old's onesies.
You can make it less shitty though. It's like, but this one, it's like no. This is just no. Only thing missing is a big hat and a clear. What?
I was trying to ask you a question here.
You're trying to interrupt what?
No, I wasn't trying
to
interrupt.
Get to it. What?
I was trying to get my question in.
Get to it.
Ask it, Steph. Go ahead.
Okay. Didn't you once say that the Space Force uniforms are kind of like the Discovery uniforms in a way?
Well, only in the ugliness thing, they really look more like an attempt at Battlestar Galactica uniforms. Really, no. The ones they had on the Space Force TV show were far better. But no,
because they had to have something to write in on to try to give her some cred that she never earned. This is the same complaint I've had with most superheroes that are female over history too. Why do they always have to, every fucking female character have to be a female version of an existing male character? Fuck up with that shit.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing missing from these uniforms is a big tall hat and a clarinet, okay? Or a bass drum, a big old marching drum. When you're going to that level of insane detail in your uniforms to make them more interesting, that means you're counting on the audience losing all interest in the story at hand. That they're now looking to studying the uniform as something interesting to watch because the story has totally lost them.
They don't get it. They don't understand whatever made Trek famous, whatever made Trek beloved, and it had fucking zero to do with all this action shit they've been trying to turn it into. Yes, were there wars, were there stories? Yes, but it was intellectually portrayed. There was very few action scenes in Trek ever. And the action scenes were always battle music and always displayed and larger than life. It was not about those moments. It was about the intellectualism, how to change minds, how to influence things, how to find solutions to weird, mysterious things that you don't know what's going on. That was Trek. Trek was intellectual.
Yeah. Why she was Spock's sister? Because Alex Kurtzman has no fucking brains.
Henry just gave you a dirty look.
Like, this is their way of trying to make it. See? She's Spock's sister. You like her now? And the rest of us say, Spock didn't have a sister. That you know of. No, it doesn't work that way.
Henry. Aw.
Hey, TJ.
Henry. Hi, baby.
Yes, to a degree, that was the original Trek. And it was beautiful as that.
I should note the Balance of Terror is considered one of the best episodes of the entire series. Okay, so
I loved the intellectualism of Trek. I didn't watch it for action. I watched things like Star Wars for action.
Yeah.
Trek was about questioning and searching and intellectualism and fuck off. All those things. It was beautiful. No, that's absolutely fine, TJ. I'm glad you stopped by. I really am.
Enjoy your break.
Oh, good God. I'm on my hormone therapy, and I'm a Trek fan who's been very, very angry at the shit they've been doing. So forgive me if I'm a little mouthier than I should be. I'm not sorry.
No,
fuck off.
Yeah. Tiki wants to join in, too.
Going off.
All right.
It's been this way because I cannot freaking stand this. Look, I wanted, when they said we're going to do more Trek, it's like, well, when they did more Trek with Voyager, I was starting to tune out because they did so much wrong. Then by the time they did Enterprise, I wasn't interested. And to me, it's just been the spiral of downhill. Because I've loved it from beginning stuff, but every show, every movie, to me, feels like it's getting a little worse in a lot of ways.
Hey, Shmoo.
And there were some movies that I would highlight as great movies that were later into the next-gen era. But generally, by the time they got a couple movies in, I felt like the movies started going down a bit. And
I think it's part of the problem with doing movies. The first place, movies have to be big, bombastic spectacles, and the movies have to be big, bombastic spectacles, make you spend money to go watch them for 2 hours. But it's like some of the best Star Trek episodes would make lousy movies.
Well, Insurrection was beautiful, but honestly, it would have gotten so much more love as a 2-part episode than it did as a movie.
Yeah. But it's like, can you imagine Measure of a Man stretched out and it was a movie? Stuff like that.
It was painful enough with the motion picture because they were stretching what was originally supposed to be a 1-part episode into a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
And you could tell. That's even the part that's kind of a killer. You can feel it. You can tell.
Yeah. Even if it was a 2-hour pilot, it's still talking 2 hours, but commercial breaks. That's right. So it wasn't a full 2 hours. It would still be like maybe an hour 45. Yeah.
Smoky.
And probably still wouldn't have the budget to do the big long ship porn scene around in dry dock. But yeah. But there's a little something.
Ship porn. I mean,
hey, I was one of those grumbling about what have they done to my ship? And okay, now I get it. Okay.
Yeah, that reminds me. When
there's some little kudos here. Captain Freeman of the USS Cerritos, So give him props where they need it. He's getting an image award from the NAACP.
Sweet.
I'm the only one who hates the NAACP.
Mm-hmm. Once in a while, they still do an occasional thing. So this is one thing.
They're not what they started.
They're not what they've lost a lot of oomph here, but it's like.
Oh, they lost a lot of cred with me when it was found out that their Seattle chairperson was actually white.
Well, the thing is,
race fraud is a whole other thing because it happens to every minority group. That doesn't necessarily mean the group involved is that. The fact that they continued to defend her after they found out that she was literally doing blackface and committing fraud is what the problem was. Yeah,
because the thing is, it's like it was founded by white people, so it shouldn't have been. You can be white and be a member of the NAACP. That shouldn't have been a problem. Okay.
But pretending you're black,
that's a problem.
Because you hate being white so much. It's like our folks came out and said, no, here's blonde hair, blue eyed. It looks like she came out of,
her parents going, there's no black blood in either of us that we ever know of. And this is her without all of the crap she's doing. And it's one of the most Swiss Miss blonde bitches you'll ever see in your life.
She looked like she was, bred out of ABBA. Come on,
And you can tell she's dyeing her hair, she's curling it, she's doing tanning tricks and skin bronzers and stuff to make herself look darker. That is blackface.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be 100% clear on that. Mm-hmm. That is blackface.
In the worst form.
Literally pretending to be a minority so you can take their position.
Or you could call it transracial.
Fuck that shit and don't say that on my air again. Fuck her. I hope she shoves it up her. In Minecraft, YouTube. Shove that red hot poker right up your ass, bitch. Racist twat. Sorry. Minecraft, YouTube.
Okay, this should be interesting.
I don't really hate anybody that much. Unless they're racist pieces of shit. I mean.
There's some 5 things need to see happen in Star Trek in 2025. Okay, Chad, let's see how you do this time.
The thing is that the Star Trek was a niche market because it did something that was not considered successful. It went the intellectual, not action-packed route. To suddenly try to turn it into action sci-fi defeats the entire fucking purpose of it. It's madness.
Going to that site that had that copy of Spockanalia that they cited in that fact trick thing, a treasure trove of old fanzines, and one of the items, one of the things is the letter that Harlan Ellison sent out to say, "Hey guys, we got to save this show." It's already looking gloom, but late '66, we got to rally. This is a chance to do real grown-up science fiction here, not the usual smart-ass shit. The other networks do.
Can I just mention that we did a 5-hour stream on that, and you're going back to it already?
Mm-hmm.
Schmoopy.
What?
May I have one of those burritos? I am getting kind of hungry again.
Your timing sucks as usual.
Suck it down, slut.
Okay, so let's see if that needs to happen. Strange New Worlds get the 3 seasons. No, that needs to end. They need to pull the plug on that, especially since now that it's been revealed that it's an alternate timeline. No one cares. Okay. Next, Prodigy picked up for a 3rd and 4th season. That's debatable, mainly because it's like now that they've hooked up with Discovery with the synth revolt. No, bye. Bye. A new Star Trek game is in the works. Well, yeah, they're always doing something. Half the time at the work. I'm waiting for someone to pick up the ball and get Secret of Vulcan Fury back. All those files are there. With the modern technology, it would work even better. So someone pick up that ball and get going with it.
Unreal Engine, they could perfectly clear here. Trek fans are little whores for our stuff. We always want more.
Mm-hmm.
But we want it to be good also.
Mm.
And let's see. Star Trek 4 is either formally announced or canceled. Yeah, it's a shit or get off the pot on that one. It's like, but I think it's more like
forget announced. Just cancel it.
Yeah, at this point, it's like, really, no one cares. Nobody, for God's sakes. Chad, proofread your shit. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I have a dumbass brother who cares, but
yeah.
Just remember, he makes me seem logical and sane.
Mm-hmm. A new made-for-streaming film by Jeff and Jonathan Archer and the Enterprise crew is announced. I would, I've been one of those things. Season 5, please let us get the proper wrap up here, and also expunge These Are the Voyages from the record officially. But yeah, I think real good. Much time has gone by. Let's don't do the Romulan War. Do it picking up pieces after the Romulan War.
We're just pretending that this is worth saving.
Yeah.
It's not worth saving. It's never been worth saving. I would rather rip my teeth out than watch this shit. Oh, did I say that?
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
However, I'd like to say no. As far as one of those who do want to see Enterprise given a more dignified ending than what we got.
Don't care. I'm starting to figure out where I got the reputation. Oh, you hate everything.
Yeah. It's ticky. Right. But no, I think
I'm just opinionated.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want streaming film. I want at least a few episodes worth. Get a season 5 in there. 10 episodes or so. Be really nice to Jolene Blaylock to get her back, because there was a miracle getting her back for Lower Decks. Because she was not happy with the way she was treated on Enterprise. But yeah, you could do a whole wrap-up thing first thing, show the Enterprise with that secondary hull added on.
Let's be perfectly clear. Mm-hmm. They did not treat a lot of the female actors very well in a lot of the Trek shows.
No.
Look at the crap they put Terry Farrell through because she asked for a few less hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it's filming day. By the way, we're going to kill your character today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, we all look. Oh, if only Rick Berman. No, Rick Berman was. This might have been one of the aspects that appealed. That had him appeal to Roddenberry, because he could be a severe asshole when he felt he needed to be. And that was one of
the thing is. And then they went out and they blamed her for it and said that she tried to quit on them, which is absolutely untrue.
No, she.
Now, did she say fuck Star Trek after that for a while? Yes.
Yeah.
But I kind of understand how she felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
She got hosed. Yeah. And then they hosed her again on Becker a few years later.
Yeah.
Which they did the exact same thing. They told her last minute they were getting rid of her character. Literally, when the new last season started, she showed up for filming and they said, nah, we're getting rid of your character. They completely changed the plot for the episode. Mm-hmm. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell kind of bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kitty.
Yeah.
But this is the shit where I was like,
never been the fans though.
It's not that cut and dry.
Yeah.
And often the crap that they tell you about why actors left stuff is usually the studio trying to make themselves look better.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thing where
you should not listen to that shit.
Well, where they screwed over Will Wheaton, because he was actually not up for a role in, I think it was Dangerous Liaisons. Wasn't just with Malkovich and all that, and he was going to be doing it. He needed time off to do it, and Berman wouldn't give him. He said, "No, we need you." We wouldn't let him go off. And the thing is, when it finally shook
that's why
out,
he left.
well, when it finally shook down, no, the episode they rearranged the schedule. They didn't need him during that time. He could have easily done that movie and not missed a day of work at Star Trek Next Generation.
Well, they screwed so many cast members for different reasons, and they absolutely screwed many cast members for absolutely bullshit reasons.
Yeah, this is the case of Berman was just showing who's boss. He could have easily let Will do the movie. Kind of look, someone could look. No, Rick. If you let him do this movie, it will reflect back on us as, hey, look who we have in our cast.
Oh, wow.
One thing that when Johnny Carson was, I probably got a little advice here about when the guests go a little wacky and kind of take over the things. Like he sits back, let them happen. Just because what's going to happen the next day around the water? Did you see what happened on Carson last night? It brings people in to see what the hell's going to happen on this show. So you don't have to do a damn thing. If they go, hey, fine, but it's on my turf, so it reflects to me. I get the credit if I didn't do a damn thing. And that's what someone should have told Bert. No, let him do the movie because it'll reflect back on us. So we've got good stuff here. Quit trying to be a slave driver, for God's sakes.
No.
There's also one reason why Will Wheaton loved Roddenberry, because he was the only person in the whole thing that had to treat him like a professional. Everyone else still treated him like a little kid.
They all like to say he was such an asshole when they were filming. They all treated him like he was there as a little bitch because he was the kid on set.
Yeah.
They all treated him that way.
Yeah, except Roddenberry. He's the only one, because there was a thing, one incident where Rod and Will went on a little joyride in Gene's golf cart that he used to get around set. And they got a bit of a wreck.
Oops.
And they were ready to hang Will out to dry. And Roddenberry stuck in and said, no, come on. Okay, it happens. Okay, I did some of the shit when I was that age. So knock it off.
They were kids, and it was also his son.
Yeah, his son was also involved, but it's like the thing is, like, Rod and Will kind of became like brothers on this because Rod was around a lot, acting like a PA. Yeah.
Hey, Bob.
What? And about the
Can
same
I at
age.
least have some cookies?
Hold on. I'm going to get
They better be diabetic friendly.
They are. They're zero sugars. Whoops. No,
Good.
That one.
Good. I don't have to kick your ass then.
I almost booted myself out. Hold on.
Oh, by the way, Steph, I've got 5 of your kitties done.
Actually.
Cool.
Aww.
And as you can tell, I've altered them some to have a few more beads and be a little more fancy.
Aw. You're adorable.
Hi, Frankie. Did you want the link? I could let in right now. I'm being picky. Oh, fuck off. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off.
I knew that was going to happen.
The fuck off was at my back pain, but...
Yeah, she set off her own kick.
There you go.
It's not like that doesn't happen a lot.
I do want my burrito later.
I'll get it later, goddammit.
All right, send the link. I feel like I'm losing feeling in my chest. Can't imagine why. It's not like this is that tight, right?
God damn it.
Breathe, woman. I mean, link is sent. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Link is sent. I am controlling.
Mm-hmm.
But Freaky, I don't mind. He can ramble Trek enough with me. I don't mind him inviting him in here.
Do not adjust your sets.
The boobs you are seeing are real. I mean,
yeah, I feel almost small next to you.
That's an intro I should grab to the Outer Limits.
Eat a dick, eat a dick, eat a dick, dick, dick.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Is there anything else I can grab on this thing here? Top 100 episodes in Trek franchise history according to metrics.
I've no more fucks to give. I've no more fucks to give.
See, 3 settings Star Trek Discovery should have started, and that wouldn't have turned off fans. Well, at least it would have died on its own merits. God damn it.
Oh, babe.
I think I'm going to have to upgrade the video card on this card, on this computer.
She just showed me my kitties that she's been working on.
Uh-huh.
They're cute.
Your wife's happy now.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Trek nerds, we're passionate people.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, generally, nerds who are in fandoms are passionate fucking people.
Well, yeah.
We take our nerdiness extremely seriously.
Yeah. A few of the items I grabbed from that one site with all the fans, there's stuff going back to 1935. Okay. This is not a new phenomenon. Okay. Because, like, newsflash, Star Trek fans did not invent the convention. Okay. We started Star Trek conventions because the old line sci-fi conventions were getting tired of all these little Trekkies underfoot.
Why is it I just heard Genius in France with Weird Al going, and I forgot to mention, I'm not even welcome at the Star Trek convention.
Okay. Of course, Mackie's calling now. Hello.
Eat a dick, eat a dick, eat a dick, dick, dick.
Oh, Ticky.
Right guy.
Yo, how's everybody?
Horny.
I'm sure you are.
Anyway, Ticky's in a mood the last few days.
Hey guys, I just want to say I'm sorry about the forest, the fires that's happening.
Yeah, that's a whole other realm. Because, you know, we all joke about hating Callie and stuff, but at the end of the day, A, there's always innocent people in any place. B, I don't care if you love or hate somebody, you can't cheer on this kind of shit happening.
Nope, you can't.
You know?
Well, the thing is, when it comes to, like, California, there was people like in California that was actually celebrating the what's it called, what was it called, something of July, 4th of July, is it? The 4th of July.
Well, the thing is, again, also bear in mind, there are almost 200 tribes in California too.
Seriously?
And again, natives are very, yes, small tribes. The population is still much less native than other states, but there are about 200 mostly small tribes in California.
Well,
how large the landmass is.
Are they okay?
Most of them are okay. Some of them, there's a couple that do have bases of some of what they do over in LA.
No, I'm talking about the fires. Like, I mean, do they manage to escape, or are they safe, or what?
The native tribes aren't right next to that. But one sec here, let me change headphones. For some reason, these didn't charge all the way. So the tribes aren't in the middle of the fire, but they're not far. But I mean, a lot of my husband's family is in that area. I have friends there. One of the friends that I stream with and her husband, who I also stream with, are over there near that whole mess. I mean, there's so much going on.
I'm sure there is.
People want to talk about it. I mean, one sec here. I'm having issues with sound. I'm fixing it. It's just horrible. Come on, turn off. Come on, pick up the sound.
That reminds me. I've got a favorite. You okay?
Give me a moment. My head. The crap. These aren't on. Okay. Anyone there now?
Yep, I'm here.
What the hell?
Hey, Bob, you there, dude?
He's on the phone.
Oh, fair enough. Oh.
Oops. Oh boy. Looks like Rosetta's connection or something took a crap.
Oh, welcome back.
What the hell is going on here? I'm taking my sound back.
What?
Fucking hell. Nothing's on.
We can hear you.
Little bitch ass piece of shit. Hey, there the sound came back.
There we go.
She's back.
What the fuck is that noise?
I don't know.
What noise?
One sec.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna try something.
Oh, I get what was creating that issue. Weird.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That was all extremely bizarre. So, sorry if I was ranting a lot while I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on with my system.
No, shit happens.
Eat a dick.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Yeah, she actually set off one of her ticks earlier.
Beware of what you say for the sake of friendliness. And also because I'm on hormones right now. Bob, what's it like when I'm on my hormones?
Well, anybody remember the Tasmanian Devil in the Warner Brothers cartoons?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I've got a favor. Would America please do us a favor and just invade us already?
Why? It's not going to be better over here.
Trust me, we've got really bad considering what's happened.
There's things being said on both sides where it's not going to be better over here. Trust me.
Okay, Reform UK has overtaken Labour in the polls.
And also,
okay?
this is not a political channel.
Yeah,
because this is on my channel here too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
but no,
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you limey pricks! It's all your own fucking fault. I mean,
figure out some way to force a new election. It'll resolve itself. Okay.
And you have to give Canada credit for getting Trudeau out.
blame Canada.
Oh, Trudeau just saw it like he was going to get crushed, and actually, so he quit beforehand.
Yeah,
that was partly because a lot of people were rising up against him.
Oh yeah. But rather than go down in flames, he's like, "I'll just no," and make some snarky comments on the way out. You're a fucking coward.
Of course, he ran away. Politicians always run away when they feel challenged. Anyway, we're not going deep into that. I'm just saying, congratulations, you drove that asshole out. Anyway. Can we do this to every politician in the world, please? I mean, I hate politics.
The process is slow, but the world is healing. So, yeah.
Yeah, I still don't think so. I think it's becoming more divided on both sides, and we're going to end up in a massive civil wars all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, it's happening. Yeah, it is happening all over the place. I mean, it's happening in India, China. I mean, Iran.
I am trying to change the subject back.
And we are okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's it for Firing Line. We'll be back to your,
All right.
Now I am just amazed at the insanity the last few days. And also, by the way, just because we all need something joyous in our lives. Come here, little pussy. Say pussy, pussy. Pussy, pussy. Oh. Oh. Say hi.
You're like, you woke me up for this.
So send in your pledge right now.
See the kitty who's angry because I took her off her spot. She's like, why am I staring at this camera?
Okay, well, you can keep doing that. But otherwise.
You just winked at the camera.
Yeah.
No, that's because she's a little attention whore. Aren't you, chonkers?
Okay, third. Oh. Whoa.
By the way, she doesn't like being called chonkers.
Yeah. Third model of the Enterprise.
Woo.
Let's see.
And there she goes. No more armory.
There's one. There's another.
Oh, she's still in here.
There, and then there's a couple up there. And let's see.
One sec.
5 right there. I think there's a couple over here.
Hey, Shmoo.
Hmm.
Now, can I have my burrito, please?
We're still airing right now, okay? You will get your burrito when we wrap up.
When is that going to be?
I don't know.
Talk for a few minutes and I do my medical here.
You'll have to learn a little patience, dear.
Then can you give me a few more cookies?
Uh-huh.
Ow! Dang it.
See, I have two options when I do my diet ice cream. I could eat it normally, or I could be like me. So let me explain what I mean by me. I take my Snickerdoodle cinnamon ice cream with bits of cinnamon in it, and I soften it, and then I mix large amounts of this in. Brown spicy Saigon cinnamon.
Ooh.
So it's actually a cold and soft and soothing spicy ice cream.
Super neat.
I might be a little bit of a cinnamon addict, by the way.
Just a tad.
Eat a dick, eat a dick, eat a dick, dick, dick.
I'll stick to the Fritos.
No, mine is a tick. Let's get that straight. No, stop it. Mine's a tick.
Talk.
Okay, third model. Let's narrow this down. What kind of model are we talking? Are we talking the 18-inch shooter or the 1/1000? Or oh shit, the brains?
What happened?
Just got attacked by the tortoise.
I get it. The tortoise. I get it.
That actually kind of happened. I don't know why it happened. That's just great irony.
Tumbling down here, yeah. Shall we talk Doctor Who a bit? There's a lot there to talk about.
I was never that much into that one.
I'll be honest. I mean, come on. Everyone knows that David Tennant is like the second best Doctor.
Even he's kind of gone off the rails a bit, though. So yeah.
Oh yeah, he has gone off. And you know what? I'm so freaking disappointed in him.
Yeah.
I was never really a Doctor Who girl. It's not my style. Let's put it that way. It was never, I disliked it just so much as I didn't get enthralled.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste. So.
We all have our own personalities.
Yeah. losing more and more price every time something like that happens.
I can piss off so many sci-fi fans if I start listing off all the beloved franchises that I don't like.
Yeah,
that's a thought. I mean, I haven't seen any good new sci-fi in ages. I mean, what exactly is there, anyways?
Penis juice.
I never seen that one.
Unfortunately, too many have been taken over by the Wookiee wokes.
Now, see, the thing is, this is what I see in most everything I see introduced in culture, whether it be mainstream or indie, is either it's really over-the-top propagandist woke shit, or it's over-the-top propagandist anti-woke shit. And can I just point out, I really don't fucking want either one. I just want good storytelling without their agendas on either side. Can we please go back to that? Because I understand even before the 80s, because it was already starting to make woke shit in the 80s. And if you ever want evidence of that, watch the movie they made for Masters of the Universe live action and see a few of the scenes in it.
Well, the one they got now is even worse, apparently.
Well, like I said, in that live action movie, there's literally a scene where somehow Master at Arms, one of the greatest gunslingers in the universe, somehow could not hit the bad guy. It had to be pushed out of the way by Tila so she could shoot the bad guy and call herself Woman at Arms. And then there's the whole scene of her having a meltdown because they're eating an animal. Which they ate meat in the Masters of the Universe cartoon.
Yeah. And this was the mid-'80s, so like...
Don't get me wrong. I do think there are some pluses in that movie. But that movie was actually what woke up my attention to the fact that they were starting to stick these weird agendas into shit as a kid. So it's like, do I technically have a copy of the movie? Yes. Do I acknowledge what it is and what it did? Yeah. That Woman in Arms scene pisses me off every time.
Yeah. I'm going to do this later. Oh, Christ. Now what?
Don't know.
So tell us about this third model of the Enterprise you got.
Details, size, number of pieces. Because mostly for me, the models I do are kind of small and more intermediates and easy because I kind of have issues with trying to do high detail.
Yeah.
Well, but I did get a couple more Gundams to put together later.
Well, the old standby 18-inch AMT, Enterprise models, that'd be right up your alley, I think.
If somebody can find me a good model they think I could handle of the Enterprise, I would happily put it together.
Yeah.
Oh. Freaky.
Yeah?
Oh, damn it. Hold on.
One sec. If I could make the Freaky proud of me a moment.
Let's have a look. Oh, clever girl.
I got these the other day to put together.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, the older like Gundam series of movies were the best, but I don't really like the newest series in my opinion, simply because I mean
I'm not as big on the newer series, but some of these newer style Gundams are just gorgeous models.
Oh yeah, that looks cool. That was cool. That's cool.
So I got a couple new ones I'm going to be putting together here in a few weeks when I have some time to work on them. And I thought you'd be proud of that one. Were you around when I was showing off the finds I found at Ross last week during the Sunday stream?
Pun?
One sec. Phoenix juice.
Bulgy?
I found two things at Ross in the clearance markdown that I bought from my decoration shelf I have in here.
Huh. Oh, I know where that's from, but I haven't seen that series.
I think it's also just a matter of having them, though. Because, yeah. Aren't you glad to see me having more of this stuff?
Yep.
Like, I have technically massive physical media collection, a whole bunch of old nerd posters and stuff. And it's all ended up in my husband's office over the years. I wonder why.
Mm-hmm.
Weeb. Nerd. And I gotta admit, we like to bash on Funko, but I did buy a bunch of clearance Funkos today.
Yeah.
The micro mini Funkos, stylized after the old Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer for next Christmas. Look at these little things.
Let's make it biggie.
What do you think, Freaky?
That is freaking adorable.
Aren't they?
Yeah, I'd say.
And most of the ones where you see the same character, if you look, you can see they're not quite the same pose on the different ones.
The freaking mini versions are the big ones.
Even though
they're
mini
ones. And they even come with the whole little case to put them on the shelf in and stuff.
Even the little mini Bumble, yeah.
Bumbles bounce. Actually, I ended up with 2 of that one, and that one is the same one.
Yeah.
Here's the 3 different versions that say of Rudolph along with Clarice in that one. I already have a bunch of classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer pre-ornaments that I use every year.
Got a very shiny nose.
All right, it's gonna.
Has a very shiny twat. Wow, that was a hell of a tick. My mom always sang. That was a tick. My mom always sang it. Randolph the Crooked-Legged Cowboy, which was followed by had a very shiny gun.
Sounds like a dig at Randolph Scott.
Well, at the end, Scott. When you get into it here, please don't. When you get into it here, after they go through the what were joining any poker games, then when Foggy Christmas Eve, the sheriff came to say, "Randolph, with your gun so bright, won't you shoot my wife tonight?" This is what my mom would sing every Christmas.
Can't you tell it's the last act of a district man? I don't care if the first act of Henry V are leaving.
Cinnamon.
Anyways, I just popped in to say hello. I'm gonna be going to stream Happy Burger.
Right.
Stay out of trouble, you crazy fucker.
I love you too. Right, see you guys later.
I'm gonna go retrieve my phone. Right. No, jeez. All right, fine. Let's see. Anything else on this site we can pull out?
Welcome to the Nut House, people.
Let's look at this top 100 episodes according to metrics.
I think what I just revealed about how my mom always saying that probably revealed part of why I'm so fucked up.
Could be. So let's see. So we scoured the internet, found dozens and dozens of lists, looked up critic score reviews and fan scores, came up with the quintessential top 100 Star Trek episodes in history of the franchise. But why? Because how long ago was this? This was 2021. So it's going back a ways.
How many bullshit episodes is it going to have in this?
Well, it would have been the 100th birthday of Gene Roddenberry. That's what they figured.
I know, but how many stupid episodes are they going to probably put in this list?
Well, let's see. Just Missed the Cut, Carbon Creek from Enterprise, 0 Hour Enterprise, Dear Doctor, and Soldiers of the Empire. Oh, the Empire, the damn good show. Phage, Voyager, Shore Leave, TNG, what? I don't recall Shore Leave, but the TNG. This chat again. Yeah. Someone correct me, but I'm pretty sure the only episode entitled Shore Leave was an original series.
Let me double check.
And that was a case of that episode's only as good as it was by the skin of the teeth. because of production problems at the wazoo, and some even managed to creep into the final cut. When Sue was talking about someone beat me down from the bridge, I was like, whoa, wait, back that up. Nobody beat me down from the bridge. Okay.
I'm going to do this categorically to prove for sure. But I know they had an episode about a former shore leave, but I didn't think it was named.
Oh, I know, but I'm pretty sure the only episode titled Shore Leave was the original series.
But I'm going to roll through the entire episodes list and verify it.
Yeah. Well,
which is good for me anyways, because I've never been good at remembering names of things.
There's just one thing in that there's the one DVD put out, but that's about restoring the Enterprise model, but they went on so many tangents that barely talk about the model. But someone had the original Helm console from the set, and it was in pretty sad shape. So I did spent some time on restoring this thing back to Falcon. And I think also the original command chair. And this apparently was at the Henry Ford in Dearborn.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Azadi Prime. Okay. All yesterday's? Yeah. All right. Caretaker. Voyager. Yeah. Hard Time did. This is one of those, let's torture Miles O'Brien for our shits and giggles. Let's see. Tacking into the wind. Okay, this was. Let's see.
Okay, so far the only shore leave one I found, granted I'm only finishing going through season 3, is Captain's Holiday.
Okay.
But I'm checking them all.
Yeah. Okay, tacking the wind. Yeah, let's see.
Because,
Message in the Bottle, Voyager. Oh, yeah.
One sec here. I'll double check.
The one with Andy Dick. Yeah. Obsession was okay. Dark Frontier. Only part 1 of Menagerie? Or yes, part 2 is higher up if it is. Time Zero. Okay. Unification part 1. I think 2-parters need to be put together as it's the same damn story, okay? Let's not get cute on it. There's Unification, The Void. Okay, nice little, kind of nothing's out there. We can't even see stars, which should be strange as enough. All right, hold on. You want to keep getting this unplug. Got that all taken care of.
Yes, I have. Now can I have my burrito?
You stop it with that. God. Smack you.
Oh, kiss my butt.
And the answer is no. We were right. It's not named that. It's Captain's Holiday. You're still muted.
Huh? You're muted, honey.
All right, I know how that happens. Right.
Well, as we verified, I just verified, no, it's Captain's Holiday is what they're referring to. It is not named Shore Leave.
Elementary Dear Data, yeah.
For fun episodes, I would put a fistful of Datas in some of the better ones.
Yeah.
But I might be partial because it's based on the Old West of the Black Hills and even references Rapid.
Yeah. Okay, The Naked Time, yeah. Well, that there, I suppose, I don't know. Inner Arma, Enum and Legos. So I would actually rate that higher. By Inferno's Light, all right, fine. Got a lot of DS9 in here. Necessary Evil. Emissary, Dice Cast, Broken Bow. Sacrifice of Angels, Improbable Cause, Endgame. Endgame needed a rewrite. It needed some tweaking here and there. A couple of plot points need to be dropped, and they need to emphasize some other ones. That no, we can directly take out the Borg and then save the Federation, the rest of the Alpha Quadrant. Let there be a last battlefield. Redemption again. That's like just put it. That was busted down into separate things here. Yeah.
And you can tell they're doing that to pad the list because you can also see that they only did it to some of the two-parters.
Yeah. Or unless one of the other parties ranked a hell of a lot higher. Our man Bashir. Can you believe Ian Productions had a problem with them doing a Bond-type episode? Oh, it was straight. Even Sid, I'm pretty sure people are not choosing between going out to see the Bond film, but no, we got to stay home and watch this DS9 episode. No, that doesn't work. Okay. At best, it means they go see the movie tomorrow night. It's like, if anything, we were promoting them. For God's sake. Guile L7. It's only a paper moon. That was actually a pretty good one. That deal. That's a real good deal with PTSD and stuff. See, Enemy Within. And again, The Enemy Within.
I would actually say that I would be interested, but it would take me months to go through all my old Trek shows and actually write a list of which episodes I love the most.
Yeah. And this one really is let down by that last bit with Spock. The imposter had an interesting character. Would you say Leo Menzies? Even then, that was a very bad choice of word. Brothers, okay. Purgatory Shadow. I'm pretty sure it's also in Purgatory Shadow, not just Purgatory Shadow. The Pegasus, okay. Timeless, yeah, it's pretty good. Piece of the Action. Yeah, I think it brought up that as far as, Roddenberry not liking comedy, that episode was a straight drama thing. It was handed to Gene Coon to punch it up and make it funny, okay?
Well, the thing is, Roddenberry made multiple comments that he wanted so many fun, zany, comedic episodes mixed in with the series because he didn't want it to be so serious people couldn't have fun. He wanted hope in it.
Yeah, that's one thing Shatner said. These people need to lighten up a bit. They're, we're important people doing important things in space on this important ship. No, it's got to be a job to them.
Yeah.
Okay, ship in a bottle. All right. All right. Finally, an animated one, Yesteryear. Why is the A lowercase here? Enterprise incident? That was basically Star Trek doing Mission Impossible.
Oh, boy.
With some inspiration from the Pueblo incident, which is kind of horrific. But Favor the Bold. Okay. Little Green Men. Drumhead. Yeah, that was pretty. Time to Stand. Family. All right. Twilight. All right. Corbomite Maneuver.
I'm just asking a question. I have severe memory issues. I have trouble remembering names and titles and stuff. If I was going to sit here and type up this list, you could be damn sure I'd be making sure to get every episode name correct.
Yeah. Even if it's just cut and paste, for God's sake. I would rank the Corbomite Maneuver a hell of a lot higher because this is really Star Trek's third pilot. It was the first one out of the gate, and I'm pretty sure they intended this would be the first one to air because you're setting up everything, the relationship between Spock and all the different characters. So there's a lot of exposition there, strictly there to let them, hey, this is what's going on. And it's also probably the best representation of what the show is like right there from the get-go.
Ow.
But it wasn't ready yet, so we had to go with Mantrap. Okay, Relics. Yeah, we get the Scotty part, man. Let's see, Equinox. Yeah. Siege of AR-558. That's, this is what I think Roddenberry would have approved of this one because it's a brutal, pretty well no-holds-barred war story. And one of his gripes about war shows, and war movies and shows on TV like combat, as they sanitize war too much. He would have been much more favored than just do it kind of like Saving Private Ryan. Don't pull any punches, you know.
Well, because
like, this is why war is bad. Why we don't do it. Yeah.
It doesn't pull punches in real life, and part of the point is, yes, are there times when war is necessary?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, yes. Is it also extremely harmful? Is it, no matter how well intentioned and no matter how carefully done, is it going to cause innocent people to die and suffer?
Yeah.
Yes, always, literally always. To downplay that is to downplay reality.
I especially like that one because of the exchange between Quark and Nog. About him, these aren't the humans you're used to, nephew. Like, I mean, look, humans are a wonderful, generous species, but when you deprive them of threaten their lives over the comfort, and they will become as nasty and bloodthirsty as the meanest, nastiest Klingon you've ever seen. It's like, which guys Nog does not feel sorry for the Jem'Hadar. Let's see where Noman has gone before. Okay, cause and effect, or as I would call it, Star Trek's answer to the deja vu sketch from Monty Python.
Oh boy.
Parallels. That's unfortunately where we got the multiverse ideas. They started doing that one first time. Living Witness. That was pretty good. The Paradise Lost. Yeah. Okay. No, none of the.
I refuse to blame Parallels for that, though, because that episode really showed just how easily every little decision you make can change. It was basically him witnessing what was basically a butterfly effect.
Yeah. So,
and it was actually very well done.
Yeah. So I'll just leave it to the idiots in charge to muck it up. Let's see. Tinker Tenors, Dr. Spies. Okay. Whenever they get Rob Ricardo, go a little nuts and everything. Okay.
Rob Ricardo is nuts anyway.
Yeah.
No, he's a douchebag who thinks he speaks for women.
Teacher to Babel, yeah. Homefront, yeah.
If a woman's saying these things, she must have a man saying it for her. Go fuck off into the obscurity.
Let's see, Chain of Command. Yes, The Offspring. It's something like, I was actually imagining, having a situation where I was able to chew out Kurtzman, where they did Picard, and it's like, and the whole thing, how they handled, android rights or whatever. It's like, you're based so much on Measure of Man, but clearly you never watched it, And Data's a daughter. Does the episode The Offspring ring a bell? No? Yeah, Data did that already. And again, to measure and point out there are certain rights. For God, yes, I have rights. I wrote them.
All right.
So it's a case of the entire first season of Picard. Prove you never watched the episodes by not without saying you didn't watch the episodes. Say Rocks and Shoals. All right. Equinox Part 1. So
we are Trekkies. Hurrah!
Right.
Devil in the Dark. That apparently that at least the basis of the Horta was used in in an Outer Limits episode sometime earlier. So Janos
shocked.
Janos had the thing around and he showed the Gene Coons. Oh wow, that's great. And the way the story goes is he had this big shambling thing, and he would he had this little chicken. Had a chicken from or chicken or some chicken piece. Went up, cropped and shoved it out, and then shimmied a little bit, came back, and this sort of pile of bones. And everyone got a kick out of that, and Gene cooked up the story to go with it. And also the behind the scenes stuff, because this is when they were filming this thing is at the same time the Shatner's dad died.
Wow.
So he had to be away for a while. He tried to work through it that day. He found out, but they just forget. No, Bill, go deal. We'll shoot around you. Get back as soon as you can. And so he had to go to Florida, take care of his dad's funeral and stuff. Came back, and in a kind of hand-fisted way of showing that hey, he's fine, he's great, and Because while he was away, they shot the stuff with Spock, started to do the mind meld with the Horta. And pain, and the game, okay, we're back and say, okay, so tell me what you did. Okay, well, I kind of went to the thing and said, pain. Oh, is that what you did? Pain. No, that's the word. Show me what you did. And pain, and someone get this man an aspirin. He was ready to strangle him right there.
I
also think we also, because Jerry Finnerman, his dad died while he was on the show, so he really knew what Shatner's gone through. So kind of support from that too. So they've kind of grouped around him and support him during that time. Okay, blink of an eye. Yeah, this one, it was originally going to be Wink of an Eye until someone pointed out to Brandon Bragg, that title's been used. It was an old original series episode. Might have been one that he missed. So the quick change. There we go. In a Mirror Darkly, 1 and 2. In fact, anyone wonder why the Mirror Universe had a Constitution-class starship? Yeah, well, there you go. They had one to work from. Way of the Warrior, yeah, Lower Decks. And then, from where we got spun off from the series of the same name. And yeah, with the relationship with Tito and Bert and Mariner, it's like, yeah, the title's actually very well chosen. Okay, Scorpion Part 2. I Borg. What You Leave Behind. Arena. Goron, Captain, for Christ's sakes, Chad, proofread your shit.
What?
Bob's going to have an aneurysm.
Goron. 4-metal work. For God's sakes. All right. Amok Time. Scorpion Part 1. That's it. Then Q Who. Call to Arm or DS9.
See, honestly, I had a big soft spot for all the Q stuff from the guy they based him off of in the original series through the Q stuff.
Yeah.
Most of those would be in my favorite episodes, honestly. And no, a lot of those were not that serious. Some of them had some really serious stuff mixed in.
Yeah. Well, right here is Tapestry.
And that one would be definitely in my top.
I mean, it opens up. Welcome to the afternoon, Jean-Luc. You're dead. Basically gets to play, some combination of Christmas Carol and It's a Wonderful Life. It's like Darmok.
Where's my Q bear?
Somewhere in the closet. Okay, Year of Hell Part 1 and 2. I wanted to stretch that out to a full season, but no, let's wrap this up. It's depressing.
I'm conflicted on the whole Year of Hell part.
Yeah.
Oh,
I actually did like it when it came out, but there's things I have problems with on it.
Yeah. Okay, Trials and Tribulations.
Oh, hell yes.
Duet. This Duet is where DS9 finally found its feet. That's just they realized, okay, no, we don't have to start recycling next gens. This is where we know what we're doing here. And again, it's one of those cases where it's like this would make a lousy movie. Because the most part, it is Kira and this Cardassian yelling at each other. And it's some powerful drama going on there, but it's like lousy movie. Doomsday Machine, yeah.
Yeah.
Originally wanted Robert Ryan for Decker, but they couldn't quite get a deal. And
yeah, actually, nowadays, whenever I watch Murder, She Wrote, the first thing I think of is Doomsday Machine.
Yeah.
Which is bloody weird.
Yeah. William Wyndham was Bill Shatner's understudy in The World of Susie Wong was on Broadway.
Oh boy.
So there's a relationship, and not necessarily a fuzzy one. Okay. Kind of push the buttons in the other directions. I was like, yeah, they didn't really become best buddies over that one either. So, but they got it through.
Well, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Shatner didn't exactly have the most friends out of his co-stars of things because he kind of let his ego run the show on most things.
Well, a lot of it. Good. He was the lead. So
in other words, he was kind of an asshole.
That's why they were paying him the big bucks. He's the lead.
Yes, but he was a brilliant asshole, as opposed to these assholes we have today, who are assholes and have no abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I'd take a brilliant asshole over these current modern fuckwits any day.
Yeah. Nothing, like the scene where Decker's talking about, what happened to his crew. It's like that's still a gut punch, Because I think originally with if they had gone with Robert Ryan, they would have meant these should have been just cold roboted out. It's like if you don't know that, it would have come off totally different. Whereas Wyndham, he went there. It's like this is a man who's just been broken. One of the captains in the fleet, and it's just like this is broken. You sit there and listen to his crew crying for the police help, but and his planet's blowing up around him. If they bounce to terror, Space Seed, Measure of a Man, Trouble of Troubles. At least it ranked up higher than Trials and Tribulations.
I don't know. I'm conflicted on it either being higher because they did such a beautiful job redoing and going back to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually content with both of those being almost anywhere in the top of the list.
Yeah. One thing that helped them is they had David Gerald on set for Trials and Tribulations. Because they're able to, well, what do we do? Well, there's this, David, there's a scene coming up here. Okay, well, yeah, he wrote the things. So let's go with it. He would know. Yeah, and Measure of Man still had the thing where it's like, with Picard's closing speech, Starfleet is founded to seek out and contact, new life forms. Well, there it sits, waiting for us to make the right decision. And we're into the top 10. All good things. Certainly, perfect finale, which they really kind of mucked up a bit.
Oh yeah.
Far Beyond the Stars. What the fuck is this? Chad, did you hand type every one of these things when you could have just cut and pasted and save yourself like 3 hours of time?
Hey, Chad is suffering from an ID10T error.
Yeah, well, Mirror, Yesterday's Enterprise. The Visitor. Again, another one. Brilliant episode. What about a horrible movie? In the Pale Moonlight. Yeah. Where Garrett lays it out. So you don't you get mad at me. You called me in this because you knew stuff had to be done that you wouldn't do. Okay. You didn't want to get your hands dirty. You knew I would. So don't you get on me. The Inner Light. Yeah. Best of both. Yeah, it's the paddock. Yeah, one. And then Sitting Edge of Forever. That's it easy. Obviously they go for that one. And this is a few years ago. Before we're just, thankfully nothing from New Trek.
That's what I was wondering, because so many of these sites are kissing the ass of New Trek. And this was a few years ago, but it was in the New Trek phase.
Yeah, it was still,
And I'm sitting there going, please don't, please don't, please don't. Oh, thank you, God, they didn't.
Yeah, I tried to go through it and make sure.
My nose itches. I hate when my nose itches.
I suspect we went through and found, 100 worst episodes. Well, let's just talk up the entire 5 years of Discovery.
But you got to have some space in the worst episodes to stick a few of the ones from the original shows, too. Because there are some very, very painful episodes.
Yeah, and actually Spock's brain is not the worst of them.
No, it's just the one that makes you feel like you're on acid.
That's what they let out the third season with, so it's a little notorious that way. And it's like, and of course, the name Spock's brain kind of sleeps out at you.
I still think Screwing the Ghost and The Return of Kess are worse.
Yeah.
Although I realize that's a pretty considering what it's going up against, it's not saying much. Those ones all kind of belong in that what the fuck were you thinking, drug addict idiots?
Yeah, I think it's one of these Trek magazines. There are about 5 worst episodes, and the children shall lead. I think is usually the leading most. It's like, this is horrible.
Oh, is that the one with Kim Darby?
No, that's Miri.
Oh, okay.
No, the children shall lead. That's where we get. Oh fuck. Marvin Bell. I decided, I want to try his hand at acting. Decided being a divorce lawyer wasn't flashy enough. They'll hail, fires. No, that. But that one, the alternative factor, that's mainly because it just gets so bug fuck weird after a while, and again, the behind the scenes stuff didn't help things. Supposed to be John Drew Barrymore as Lazarus, but he flaked out as usual. So they actually had to sue him for breach of contract.
There's so much shit wrong with the Barrymores. That's the tip of the iceberg.
I mean, Robert Brown was literally last minute. He got a call from his agent Friday night. Yeah, I got you a gig on Star Trek. They'll have the script for you when you get there. So
I will never be friendly towards the Barrymores, considering how much came out with proof of what they put Drew through as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a sick fucking family.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the reasons why she, backed away from her mother for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, but her mother is not as bad as half the shit she revealed about what her father and grandfather were doing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And again, when you've got a kid horribly sexually abused in rehab at 9 years old, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Family tradition.
Like, pisses me off sometimes, but I got to give her credit for cleaning herself up, because cleaning up when you were literally raised in that kind of abuse is so difficult for anyone to do.
I mean, junior high schoolers should not be going to Studio 54. Okay.
Oy.
And she was. I've seen pictures. Well,
that's another reason why I was so forgiving of a lot of the crap Lohan did, is because she was in that stuff too as a child.
Yeah.
Her parents were dragging her into it for fame. And if you ever see the video everyone made fun of her for when she was trying to be a musician, she actually flat out used media information calling out the stuff that her father put her through and her mother through as a kid. And it's like,
yeah.
How can you just blame her?
No, Christopher Plummer did a one-man show, Barrymore, where it's kind of a little chat with, I think he's as John Barrymore. There's one, it's in the trailers of it. I know divorces are more expensive than weddings, but God damn it, they're worth it.
I will never understand how people can do that own shit to their own kids.
Yeah.
Hey.
Same reason why, as much as I can't stand her, I can't hate Paris Hilton, because look at what she was raised in.
Hey.
What?
Yeah, didn't John Phillips do some pretty fucked up shit to Mackenzie?
Literally.
Yeah.
Quite literally. I mean, she woke up from kind of thing, and he's on top of her going at it.
Yeah.
I mean, she tried confronting him later. He said, "We're gonna talk about you raping me." Oh, I mean, when we made love, it's okay.
Yeah, let's still try not to say that word.
We're in the twilight zone now. Okay. Yeah.
The thing about that whole situation is too, that's when my mom gets into where people go, well, you can't listen to this person or this person because they were convicted of this. And a lot of the people in her generation who are angry at anybody who listens to all these soul singers from the 90s and 80s who were busted for stuff. It's like, well, okay, fine. I'll grant you, if you don't want to listen to it, if you have a problem because of what they did, don't listen to it. But why are you still listening to the mamas and the papas? Because they're not better. If you're going to be that person, you have to be consistently that person, and that means basically give up entertainment with the issues that happen. My mom has been open.
Yeah.
She's had trouble trying to disconnect from a lot of the R&B stuff from the 90s because of the things with Kelly and the others, because there was a lot of really beautiful, deep songs that those assholes did. And as she said, art from artists, these songs still were part of what helped me get through things. And I think that part's also something people have to consider. If you're going to be that person, if you're going to say don't, then you need to be consistent across the board. Knock this off. You can't say, oh, don't listen to this one, but I'm going to listen to this one. And look at what this guy did to his daughter. The fuck? Now, granted, my mom is the woman who was sitting here on the phone with me while I was trying to run errands, telling me in the store how good she was being because she wasn't trying to trigger my tics while I was talking to people. So they're going, that's not behaving. That's bare minimum, mother. It's like she thinks that's behaving. It's like, does this tell you what misbehaving is to this woman? Hey, I'm not intentionally triggering your tics to cause you issues in public.
Just a happy after effect.
Are you?
Yeah.
It's like, are you kidding me? Oh, no. Mom, I love you, but what the fuck, old woman?
Yeah.
And I mean, two of my most common tics when I'm talking to my mother are crazy old bitch and fuck off.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
And it doesn't seem to faze her that much.
No, you're doing the voice to clear your ticking, but you're not exactly fighting it.
You know, there might be a little part of me going, let it tick.
Yeah. Where's the lie? Okay.
Let it go.
Yeah.
It's going to be said. It's going to be said.
Mm-hmm.
There is something to be said for the art of giving head. I mean.
Okay. Now, where was I?
Up your back.
Coming up on 2 hours, honey.
That's nice. Okay.
This is Trek Nerds having fun.
I'm
Do
looking
not
for
care
stuff,
what time frames we are under.
and we're looking for things to rip on here. Okay, so
And I'm hangry.
that's nice. All right.
F.
Yeah.
Look at me, sweetie. Shut up. Fuck off.
Let's see the headline. Star Trek Section 31 may flop because it was made knowing it wasn't the Trek fans wanted. Yeah.
And good. I hope it flops.
Funny
They're
how-
miserable fuckers.
Funny how that works.
Funny how when you tell the fans you don't give a shit what they actually want, they go, oh, fuck you, we're not going to watch. Actions meet consequences.
Here's one a few days ago. Star Trek should avoid doing the overly diluted and convoluted multiverse thing.
Too late.
Yeah, don't gimmick. It's,
Oh man, I remember back in the day. Used to listen to a lot of Teddy Pendergrass, and instead of singing "You Give Good Love" whenever that song would come on,
you give good head. Yeah.
yeah.
Here's what no.
Eat a dick,
Yes,
eat a dick, eat a dick, 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 eat a dick, dick.
This is a picture of the Newport Beach Festival. Mike McMahon and with the other 3 of the cast members. The only thing that Noelle Wells is worried about in doing a live action Lower Decks thing is the makeup.
Hey.
She doesn't want to be painted green. You're not concerned about the shaved head. I don't think they could do it CGI. So they could just not a technology. She'll be don't have to paint it green, just normal makeup. We'll fix it in post.
Oh god, there's got to be some way to get rid of those ads.
Well, as long as they're not running them, they should be fine. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, in one of the last articles you were reading through, they showed an ad for Back to the Future, the musical. I was like, fuck.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay, Star Trek Lower Decks running steered into the multiverse theory to close out the show's run. In the second to last episode of the season, the series brought in numerous returning stars and past. Yeah.
Star Trek has always been a bit into the multiverse. What do they think Mirror Mirror was?
Yes, exactly.
This whole notion of Star Trek avoid multiverse. It's like,
no.
We helped create the whole multiverse culture.
Yeah.
And I'm not necessarily saying that that's a brag.
Oh.
But let's be freaking honest. If you think Star Trek's going to avoid it, you're on a crack pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, one of my favorite episodes that continues was the Mirror Universe episode.
Yeah. And again, they got, in Voyager, Deadlock, where you got two Voyagers, kind of overlapping parallel thing. One of them, Harry and Naomi Wellman died, and the other one, they don't. So they swap, there.
What do they think the point
Yeah.
was of the whole Worf shifting through dimensions and parallels? That at any given time, there's multiple realities.
I mean, in this case, like the timelines are so parallel, the divergence point may have actually been like 10 minutes earlier. So, there we go.
Now, who knows? Maybe in somewhere in the grand scheme of the universe, there's a reality where I'm actually a softly spoken, beloved little angel.
What a boring universe.
Yeah, that would be boring as fuck.
Let's see.
But it's possible.
There we go. There we go. So for Star Trek to steer into it and accept this fact seems off for Star Trek. Again, Chad, you're not paying attention. They're overdoing it, maybe.
I like you better
definitely.
As you are.
Yeah.
I like you better as you are, full of piss and vinegar.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have to recognize me, and considering what you're like, I couldn't be an angel and hang out with you.
Yeah, true.
Again, Chad, prove your shit. Capitalize the beginning of a sentence. Okay. It was a big deal. The Mirror Universe was introduced. Yeah, back in 1967. So quit talking about it like it's a new thing.
Why do these people act like all this stuff is like never been done before?
Yeah, and these guys rejected me for something. I put in for being one of the continuing. No, they want these guys. The more Universe's fans are asked to juggle, the less fun it's going to be to do so. No shit.
Look, can I point out you're all dumb fucks? Can we just take that route for a minute? You're all dumb fucks.
Ugh.
Eat a dick, eat a dick, eat a dick, dick, dick.
I knew that was coming.
Here we go. It said the fandom only takes so much before it takes so much schlock before they've had enough. Shows like Strange New Worlds and Prodigy have helped. Well, Strange New Worlds is arguable. But if you keep shoving them into the universes which are better written or more fondly received, you're going to do nothing but remind the fandom that you aren't capable of giving them what they want. So it's best not even broach that, but too late, okay? That ship sailed a long time ago. I'm thinking well before you were born, Chad. Okay. So,
I'm thinking that little ad for the shirt is actually about my opinion of a half the shit.
Yeah. Yeah. For those who can't quite read it, it said I farted. That's as close to giving a shit as you're going to get. So. But yeah, it's just going. I'll keep the page up. But yeah, it's like.
Penis juice. Drink it, slut.
Oh my god.
But it's like, yeah.
Yay, penis.
There's a card to write down. Okay.
Hey,
You can throw the link into the group chat at this point.
But now I just thought, that. Let me go and make sure I got it. Let's see. Where are we?
Penis juice.
Mean streams and dreams. There we are.
Second slut. I mean,
Well,
look at it this way. I'm trying to buy those little mini Funkos that I was showing you. I'm in the store trying to cash those out, and I keep flipping off the cashier and going, fuck off.
Oh, jeez.
He kind of looks at me a second, Tourette's? Like,
yeah.
At least somebody actually recognizes
well,
it.
because it was in the middle of being really pleasant and having this polite conversation, and the voice is so different. It's like, he's just kind of looking at me like, okay. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry, it's a tick. I'm sorry, you're a dick.
That rhymed. Tickie's a poet and didn't know it.
Oh no, Ticky knows it.
Yeah.
The other night, I was ticking hard, and Steve was trying to give me my CBD. And every time he reached towards me with it, I ticked no and hit him. To those who think this is just fun, no, it's not fun. To be clear, my ticks in the last few days have broken a toe and broken most of the nail off of my big toe.
Ay. Schmoopy.
Penis juice. Spray her with it.
You?
Lovely golden showers.
We are the world.
Why did that line from Jimmy Carr pop into my head after the other?
Oh.
No,
it hit on a point there. It's like what I've seen called the ElfQuest effect in comics, where you just pump out so much crap after a while. People not only don't buy the crap, they stop buying the other stuff too, and the entire line collapses.
Give me just a minute here. I'll be right back.
All right.
Hey, lard butt.
What?
Can you at least get me a bowl, please?
Didn't we have one already? Or?
I asked for a burrito earlier, and you keep blowing me up.
Because we're in the middle of a damn show. Now, unless you want to hold court for the next couple minutes,
Why not?
Actually, let me dig up something from my channel here. Okay, that's something I have to check out later, but let's see. Oh, come on. Get up, open you. All right.
So basically, this is your answer to Inagata Davida.
Not exactly a drum solo here. Yeah. But let's see. Don't need a long one. Let's get past all the indie stuff. Let's see.
Oh, God. I would be glad if she took up permanent residence on the ISS.
Let's not go into that. Here's a pretty nondescript one. Okay. Little something singing the praises of Forbidden Planet here. Go big. Ow. Shit. All right. I'll be back in a bit here. Come on, play already. There we go.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, it's been brought to my attention. It's about time I started
showing some love to the standard content of this channel.
Okay. I think you just froze.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
you
definitely
froze.
froze. So,
Yeah.
1 sec while we deal with that freeze. Hello. Let's see if this will refocus. Come here.
Oh, Panther. Hi, baby.
Yes,
Aw.
that's your spot behind me. You can cuddle a minute first. He's like, no, I can't. And get these things off my spot.
Hey, Panther, you horny little bastard.
Why is my camera having issues focusing all of a sudden?
I don't know.
1
Hi,
sec here.
Panther.
Let's see if this will help at all. Whoa, that was more than I was trying to turn it. You see the giant tiger face on this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got a kitty, kitty, kitty.
Yeah.
Who's
the
a
kitty.
pretty pussy? Yeah, who's a pretty pussy boy? Aw, my warm, big, black pussy. Good boy. Good boy. I love you. I love you. Worry me. You were hiding under my chair the whole time Steve was trying to find you?
Aw.
He's like, yes. Apparently, this whole time I've been streaming with you guys, he was under this chair.
Aw, kitty.
He's like, hey, I was staying close to my human. Oh, good boy. I love you.
He really loves you.
I love you, yes. Steve was all worried about him trying to find him. Like, oh, did you try in plain sight? Mm-hmm. I got fidget with this light a little bit more. I need a little more light than that. But the camera to behave a little bit better. So about there, I think. Should be good. Hopefully.
Okay, Chris Hardwick, enjoy your burrito.
Stroke that
Your
pussy.
video froze up.
I know.
That's why we're watching Panther.
Guess what I've decided I'm going to do?
Stroke that pussy.
All right.
There you go. Hi, TJH. So, okay, so this directions is actually in English, unlike the last set I got from them.
What the fuck happened here?
Granted, I don't think the English directions are much easier to read than the Japanese one. So let's see how this goes.
How does that happen? God damn it.
Because the last one of these I did on Christmas, all the directions were in Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it gave me a bit of a headache.
So now we're talking badly translated English.
Yeah. So which one would you rather have, Japanese or badly translated? What for out thou? Let's kill this for the moment here and talk.
Let's just get rid of that.
So, I get it. Start taking things apart.
I think I'm about to crash again.
Well, if you crash, I'm sitting here doing stuff. So, what do we care?
There we go. Okay. Survived.
All right. So, that is B. C. D is this little weird piece.
But check out that video. It's on, about Forbidden Planet. It's one of my better ones, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, obviously, YouTube didn't want it to play today.
Well, this computer didn't like it.
Let's watch a Tiki girl try to build a Gundam, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting scenario.
So, honey,
Mm-hmm.
what are we going to watch In Search of?
Well, it's sitting over here.
Yeah, because I want to watch that episode you did about Hiroshima.
Okay. So, see. Okay, this one is not making me happy. They did not attach these pieces while they are falling off as I'm rolling it out. Which makes it harder to find the pieces later. And that's perfectly fine. We're all our own different kinds of nerds and dweebs in this community. I can't explain why I like Star Trek as much as I do, because most of what I like is much more in the fantasy, fast action kind of stuff. But I love the intellectualism in Trek, and I always have.
Yeah.
So I guess that's where I'm at in that list. This is going to be an interesting build. See?
Okay, yeah.
Yay. By the way, how easy it is to build models with Tourette's.
I see Panthers chilling back there.
He's like, my human, my spot. Doesn't he look like he rules the roost kind of attitude? Good boy. All right, so let's get the directions wherever the
all right.
For the head, I need D1, A17. Sometimes I hate trying to read these tiny numbers.
Any old Top Gear fans, by the way, I'm going to start following Drive Tribe if you're not already. Because Izzy Hammond is picking up where her dad left off, and they've done the thing with the cheap Land Rover. And so she's starting a gang. And other friends who've gotten incredibly cheap Land Rovers mainly means they're pieces of shit. Yeah, seriously, she got the best of the lot, frankly, and it's still got issues.
I can understand that, CJH, actually. I can also understand that I am out of my freaking mind today. And I'm going to randomly blame Bob for that.
Just today?
Orville is really less of it's not really a satire. It really is an homage. There's a lot of people who actually worked on Star Trek or working for the Orville, and this is really what Star Trek should be doing. It would not take much to just. It's Star Trek with the serial numbers filed off. It's in witness protection, but it's it's in a way it's a slightly more serious take on what the Lower Deck's talking about. They're not talking top of the frontline ship. It's not the big, heavy cruiser. It's a medium range ship where they're not necessarily the best and the brightest, but they're still, good officers out there doing the job. Jokes,
B.
Another line. It's Star Trek with blackjack and hookers. Okay.
I'm gonna start my own. Yep. A1, 8, and 3. Okay, you are delicate. Let's see. What is it going to take to get you out of there?
Yeah, well, this is a good one here. Thank you. Because imagine someone coming into Star Wars now, especially when so much of current is just absolute crap. We had a glimmer of hope with the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, but then that got okay, fine.
Nope, I had no hope with that shit either.
Yeah. Well, season 3, they ruined that one too. So I was like, okay, fine. Oh shit! Which over?
I think they ruined it from the beginning with their little bastardization of Yoda, anyways.
Yeah. Well, Last Jedi was kind of like that's the tipping point.
No, I meant Mandalorian.
Well,
with that little monster crap shit.
Little baby Yoda. Yeah.
I like Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda for trash compactor.
We got so many little baby Yodas around here. It's funny.
I hate that little bastard.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's cute.
It is kind of pushing credibility. He's 53. He's in his 50s and still can't.
Yeah, they basically tried to combine Yoda with Gremlins and make it cute to sucker in a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
As an insulting version of Yoda, and I hate it.
Mm-hmm. There's so many. One thing, have him start talking. Have the silence and the baby noises because of the trauma when he was there when Anakin came in and killed all the younglings. So go into that a little bit. Yeah, if you're there from the beginning, so you can follow it along. But it's coming in late. It's like, as far as Star Trek goes, though, let's keep it on somewhat on topic here. This is where it really helps to have a little hardline stance of no, anything after 2005 is suspect. Mm-hmm. I'm not even going to go into Dexter. Okay. There's a serial killer, but he only kills the bad people. It's like, okay, interesting concept. But
like I said, I watched the first episode of Original Sin. That one was actually quite good.
But with Star Trek, it's like, okay, yeah, if you were interested, really want to try and get into it, it's like, ignore everything else for a while. Just start with the original series and really broadcast order. I don't know what this fixation, the Netflix as an air date order. No, air date order was very arbitrary, especially with the original series. It was based on what was available at the time. Doesn't matter if it make any sense on the overall narrative. It's like, no. Go by, find a list of how the order they're produced and start with that. First one's Corbomite Maneuver. Like I said, that's essentially a third pilot. Which also kind of goes, I'm pretty sure that the first 2 pilots were never intended to be aired. They were just to sell the show to the network.
Yay!
If the series had gone on, okay, it's a head with spikes.
Oh boy!
No, if they could have done the effects on time and they would have let off with the Corbomite Maneuver, and I'm pretty sure that we never would have seen Where No Man Has Gone before. We may have still gotten the menagerie with that stuff from the first pilot, because Desilu said that you need to do something with this thing. We didn't spend all this money for it to sit on a shelf, So we might have still wound up with the menagerie and had that backstory built in there, but
this piece has to have a special place in my heart because it's named C4. When in doubt, C4. I mean,
boom, yeah.
Sorry, I have a very weird, rowdy side.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes out in inopportune, fuck off times.
But just go through the original series, preferably in production order. Lists are available. I can send you one. and then from there, get the animated and start doing the movies. Just build up to it.
Speaking of production order, wasn't that one of the reasons that Firefly got so messed up?
Yeah, they aired them
that
out
was
of
one
order.
of the big reasons. Yeah, they aired it completely out of order and fucked it over.
Yeah, to really hammer it home, they aired the first episode last.
Okay, well, if you want to watch something that ties to it, it doesn't really, because I don't watch anything from Enterprise past, so I would, and I don't like the fact that Enterprise did such a poor example of showcasing earlier technology than the original series. I would just start with the original series.
Just start, yeah. Because remember, this was done during the space race, okay?
B-18.
But they were already doing. They were launching Gemini at that point, and they're working on Apollo. Okay, you even make a reference to it in tomorrow is yesterday, because they show up like the week before it. Like this in the mock news, the first manned moon landing, that moonshot. I think they knew the name was Apollo by then. Was it? But really, just start because again, there was you did to when they first learned space. We were already doing it at the time, so But it's kind of like the Chronicles of Narnia. If you go by the chronological order in the thing, and then you got like the magician's nephew first. No, start with the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Actually, that one I'll disagree with you on. That one I'll disagree with you on. That one's actually brilliant in chronological order.
I don't know. I like it better when it's more of a revelation or something. Oh yeah, that's a good.
Well, that wasn't how he originally intended to write it. That's just how it ended up working out.
Yeah.
So that one, because it had a very clear, definitive chronological order, and that was the original intention of the creator, I think that's a little different.
Yeah.
And that's the girl who loves the Narnia, Lord of the Rings, and all that kind of stuff.
I just prefer just start with the Lion, the Witch, Wardrobe, start in the middle, and then you find out things as you go along. Yeah.
Boo. Anyway.
I thought when I finally got to the mission, I thought there's okay, so that's where that happened.
It's doable that way, but I love it in actual chronological. Okay, where's 9?
Next generation. Actually, something I need to get to. I'm an actual, a history of Star Trek, because I'm up to the Next Generation. About what precipitated all that. Because that one was they were going to do a Next Generation show, whether we're going to call it that or not, but they were going ahead with the show because the movies are doing okay. But they also knew they kind of needed Roddenberry's blessing at this point. Even if they weren't going to listen to him with the movies, because they needed these tacitly say, yes, this is Roddenberry approves of this new show. Come watch. And the idea was they were going to have cadets on the ship, causing problems, getting into trouble, having all kinds of hijinks. Which, of course, Roddenberry shot down immediately. He said, "What, Dad, man? What Star Trek?"
Hey, smart ass.
But that one's like Roddenberry had the mistake of saying, "Look, I can do better than that now." For God's sake, he's been retired. Oh, and the thing is, I can come up with a better show for you now than what this crap is. Oh, would you? I was like, whoops.
Well, let's be clear. Roddenberry was always good at running his mouth.
Yeah. In this case, he kind of talked himself into a job he didn't necessarily want. They had to pay him handsomely to get, because he, like I said, he destroyed his health. He lost his family over that show. Because the hours he was working, also the fact he was stripping every starlet that came to the dates.
Yeah, just a little side note here. I did go on Mark Hamill's Twitter feed and his Instagram.
Yeah.
And yeah, he did manage to make it out safe along with his dog.
Okay.
Yes, he and his pet made it out, but again, the mansion with all those artifacts is still in the danger zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, I don't care how much I think he's a piece of shit, how much I've called out the way he's treated people, other stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't care how much we all hate Paris Hilton. She lost everything and watched her house burn down.
Yeah.
I don't care if you can't stand the person. This is when you pray both that they come out of this okay, and that maybe this helps them grow as people and become better people.
And for LA in general, this would be the wake-up call. You need to get rid of these morons.
Yeah, there's another one, another update that kind of ties into the whole Star Trek thing. Denise Crosby, well, she lost her home, but somebody came into her Twitter feed and started going off, oh yeah, you're gonna be fine because you got all this money, yada yada yada.
You're a rich celebrity, you'll be fine. Say, fuck you.
I don't give a shit how rich somebody is. If you're losing your home, your family, a lot of these people lost their pets. They couldn't get them out in time.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck who somebody is.
Yeah, and because the thing is and because of that area and other things we won't go into, most of these houses did not have fire insurance.
Well, there's a lot of politics behind that, and it's not down to the insurance companies. That's a whole separate rant.
Yeah, again, it's not. I'm not blaming them because they made it impossible to do business there. Yeah.
And these people that are posting stuff saying to basically refuse to do business with or protest all the companies that left Cali, it's like, no. They're not the ones that caused this.
No.
Now, I don't care, ultimately. Jesse and Kai are near that.
Yeah.
Christy, my friend that I've done this meetups with, is near that. My friend, Tainted, Brandon, my friend, he lives with no vehicle in that connection point between Palisade and Bel Air. My husband, where he was born, a lot of his family, his grandmother, are all out in that area.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what the cause was at this moment. Pray for the people involved. And then we can fight it out and try to change it from happening again down the road. But you can't. Look, I happen to agree with a lot of the comments that have been made about what caused it. But again, that does not matter in this moment. What matters in this moment is helping everybody who's suffering. Yeah.
The time for retribution is later. Okay.
It's not even retribution. The time for fixing the problem so it doesn't happen again. There are multiple confirmed dead. There are multiple people still missing.
Yeah.
This is not the time to worry about the bullshit.
It's like, one guy's been arrested, but he may not be the only. That environment out there, brush fires is a part of the natural ecology.
This is the thing: you cannot. One second. As the heavily not just mountain girl, but literally raised, training to be work in forest service, and as a ranger most of my childhood.
Yeah.
You cannot replace the natural ecosystem in a forest. You cannot have mankind in a forest and not do maintenance, cutting, cleanups, bug removal, conservation counts, population controls, and stuff. You cannot do it or you destroy the ecosystem.
Yeah.
And it will continue to happen until we fix this. And we're still fighting the damage in the Black Hills that was done during the moratorium against maintenance cutting that Clinton did, that Bush undid, and we're still fixing the damage. This should tell you how quickly this shit can ruin things.
Yeah, because they destroy the ecology will destroy you. Is what's going on here. So back when there was nobody out there at all, when there was not a single soul in anywhere in Southern California, this is the kind of wildfires you had.
You can't just blame the people.
Yeah.
And even if you were going to go into the faults and stuff and the things that have happened and all that, even if you can go into, I've said for a long time, I believe our country's in a reprobate state where we're going to reach repercussions for the culture we've created and the way we treat each other as people. That does not mean during that time of reprobate, during that time of us reaching what we deserve, we don't try to be decent people and help each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
As
another
far as like
fire update I should give you.
politically, I think that's about to happen. I think they finally reached the point that we've been electing idiots all these times. So
Yeah, Jenny Garth from 90210 was actually taken in by her ex-husband.
And the thing is,
yeah.
to the other comment there, fires have happened everywhere in the world throughout history. That's the nature of the beast. And again, when you put so many people and so many buildings and so many chemicals in tight quartered areas, all it takes is a little thing. And look at the Chicago fire that happened long ago. Look at all these.
Yeah.
The reason they spread so fast in cities is the same reason why the hotter heats are the buildings burning, not the forest.
Yeah. Now, like I said, that
the chemicals burn harder.
Like I said, the Southern California environment, brush fires are a natural part of it. The plants out there grow, die, dry up, they in the buildup, and they just spontaneously come out. They got out, they reach flashpoint.
Fires are a natural part of the ecosystem and how the world fights issues. They always have been, they always will be, and that's part of what makes this so insidious to fight, is because nature fights its issues through fire.
Yeah.
So if we are making things too dense, if we're putting too many people or too many animals into an area, then in order to keep the fires from spreading the way they are now, we have to do maintenance cutting. We have to do population controls. We have to clean out damaged brush fire areas.
Yeah.
We have to fix the issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. One thing I've already given Canadians credit because they managed to get Trudeau to quit.
Yeah.
So as much as I have issues with Canada, I've got to give them that credit.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Get Fidel's baby bouncy boy to go back and where he came from.
Now stop trying to recommend self-deletion for children and people with disabilities and mental disabilities.
Yeah. Not a good move. One part, again, one of the problem with this, as far as they haven't been able to do the planes as much as they want to because of really high winds. It wasn't safe to even fly, which didn't. It was like 100-mile-an-hour Chinook. Not Chinook. The Chinooks are right here. Santa Ana winds, and for Santa Ana, normally don't get that high.
Oh, somebody's vegging out back there.
But you got these hot winds coming out from the desert, and it's like, seems like footage. It's not just fire, it's firestorms. You get fire tornadoes going in some of these areas. So it's like,
ask my friend when we were signed in talking the other night how he feels as a Canadian now that Trudeau's out, and he starts grinning from ear to ear.
He's a happy little gnome.
Yes, I like the gnome.
We all like the gnome, and I would say on a lot of the social stuff, he falls in that centrist range. I do.
Yeah.
We both have things that lean on both sides of the aisle.
Yeah.
But we don't have the same ones. We argue at things.
Yeah. Some of the protestations, from the Pierre, what's his face, is going to be the next. You'd like to give me the next prime minister. Well, Canadians actually half of Canadian would like to join the United States, especially the western provinces.
Are your ears burning, gnome?
It's Friday. He's usually busy.
I know. I'm just wondering if his ears are burning.
You just miss hanging out with him.
I know. I like hanging out with him. He's a sweetie.
I get to hang out with him in person for a few days in the end of February, beginning of March.
And surprise him at the next truth show. Yeah. All right.
This could be really interesting because I have several friends from my comic community who also want to go to that show. So this could end up a bunch of my comic freaks, me, the handler, his wife, my husband, and the gnome all there. It is.
Okay.
God, fuck no. That's all I'll say to that. Simple. Fuck no.
All right. More nuance.
Let me have a rant on this one quick.
All right, go for it.
I've been letting you have most of them.
All right, go for it.
Star Trek has always had an amount of real world in it. That is actually factually true. However, and this is where it gets really into the howevers, every time it was referenced, they tried to make it less obvious. They tried to tie it into the universal politics. They tried to show the humanity in both sides. Even with the Dominion War, they still showed you the good people on that side who are being sucked in or forced into it. The politics was not overtly propagandist. It was centrist from a point of let's find common ground to stop wars. That was Star Trek.
Yeah.
What they're doing now is propagandist to push people to hate everyone who doesn't feel their way. It is not Star Trek. It is real world bullshit, and it needs to fuck off into the ether and die.
Yep.
Yeah, basically, and again, let's go back, rewind back to the original series. No one was in favor of that damn war. From Runway on down to the guy who swept up the sets after work. Okay, everyone was opposed to that war. And again, from my perspective, that was not well done. Okay, I think even John Wayne said no, it was a good idea, but they handled it badly. But with the most overt example of them commenting on Vietnam was a private little war. I mean, they remember the 20th century Bush wars. That's the closest they could come. They couldn't actually say the word Vietnam. That would have got them flagged. But
it's also because they respect the fans enough not to try to play them against each other or make it biased to that degree either.
It was obvious what they was talking about because but also you actually have Kirk arguing in favor of maintaining engagement because they put out the argument, that much like the two big powers, much like the cleaners themselves, both stuck in, neither one feel they could pull out. It's like,
which was true. It was, and there were valid reasons for both sides to feel they needed to be involved in that war.
Yeah,
it was not handled correctly. All that we could get into that discussion's far more complex, but and also the people who were attacking the veterans like they weren't, drafted freaking into it.
Yeah,
and even the ones who weren't, like they weren't lied to about part of what was happening.
Yeah.
Going after the veterans was absolutely a disgusting travesty that our country did. And that's also something that needs to be addressed that I think has been in ways that don't push you to hate one side or hate the other.
Where I said, the balance of power tendency. I don't think, what would you advocate? Given our one side overwhelming weapon, we never would have tried to have space if we'd done that. The balance of power. It's only the most trickiest, underhanded, dirty thing, but the only one that preserves both sides. And that's as close as really they got. Everything else was really told in the form of morality tales. Strip away the politics of the day and let's hit the underlying issue. What is the right and wrong here? What is the underlying issue? And like the line I've been pushing along and everyone else is like Star Trek wanted you to think. It didn't try to tell you how to think, though. Whereas along comes Discovery, and they say before the theme aired, the Klingons are going to represent Trump supporters in our thing. Because Klingon first, so right off the bat, before the first second of film is aired on CBS, you just told half your audience to fuck off.
Okay, can you not name actual politicians? We've had this discussion since my stream too.
But it's like this is where they went. And then later on, when you have a certain Georgia politician come out as the president of Earth, it's like, you just told them to fuck off even harder. You're no longer telling them to think. You're now choosing sides.
Well, again, and the thing is, the point, like Sirtis saying that you can't be a Republican and can't be a Trek fan.
Oh yeah, watch me.
It's so ridiculous. It is so anti-liberty. It is so anti-American in nature.
Yeah,
like watch me, bitch.
Yeah, I chalked it up to that she was just cranky that year because Tottenham had lost in the cup. Okay,
no, you got to pay attention to a lot of the other.
Oh, I know.
No, that's her. She's that fucking batshit. But anyway, this is not how we are. Trek fans were always about finding a common ground.
Yeah,
and. How about the fact that they're the ones who always talk about different species in fantasy and sci-fi representing different races? Again, a race that legitimately represented the honor code of multiple races and communities now being tied to being bigoted, hateful, essayers to certain political viewpoints and stuff. That's disrespectful to everybody in every race and community that was being represented through the Klingons in the way Roddenberry wrote them and the way he said he wrote them. Because now you're tying them to a certain political movement that has nothing to do with them and didn't exist when it was created to represent them.
And so it had nothing to do with it anyways. Well, also remember, this is back in the 60s. There were people marching in the streets over actual issues. Actual discrimination going on type of thing.
Excuse me, that's not just in the 60s that's happened.
But
there's been big ones that have happened. They just get buried by the media. Look at what happened with the freaking Grand Gateway shit in Rapid City, where you had literally targeting natives, you had violent assault on natives, everything else, and the media buried it and made a big deal about, James Cameron said something racist about Lakota people. We're being persecuted and denied civil rights in a city in 2020 plus. In documented cases with evidence. And the person doing it has physically assaulted people and chemically assaulted people for being native near her property.
Now I'm talking about within context of the show at the time.
Let me get this here. Let me get this right here. And yet the same fucking people who made it such a big deal. James Cameron, he said something racist about Lakota people. Yeah, he did, and he's a piece of shit, and he should fuck off and swallow a dick. I mean, fine, whatever. There's literal persecution happening, and the same people who claim everything's about politics and drag it into every fucking show and claim all this shit were dead fucking silent on that, or they tried to basically tell natives to be quiet and make it about black people. I don't want to hear their fucking excuses. They don't actually give a shit about minorities. Sorry, did I say that?
Just a bit. Okay, but as far as I'm gonna mute you if you don't shut up. Okay, come on. No.
Fight me.
Now, as far as within the at the time, this is the 60s. You had marches in the street. 66, not so much. Later on, when it really started catching on. But it wasn't again. Star Trek was there. The cycle of TV at the time, because a few years earlier, they could handle tough issues and stuff, thing. But they coming off of that, and no, people aren't interested in being preached to. Just give them pretty pictures and sell soap. If you can sneak something in the great, fine. So that's why Star Trek was really popular on college students, because they're starting to pick up on what they were saying. The network execs, debatable. Whether they're picking up on it or whether there's the housewife in Peoria won't catch it, so we're fine. Because I'm thinking the network execs probably weren't quite as clueless as Roddenberry thought they were. But.
I think the problem is that there's a lot of clueless bullshit that's happening. Let's be honest here. And second of all, okay, fine. But these people seem to think that they know everything about everyone, for fuck's sakes.
Well, it's like back in the day, they weren't really going on about it, because it's like we're talking a sci-fi show on NBC doing okay in the ratings, but it's like we have bigger things to worry about. Like we have an actual war going on, Because part of the thing with the Taste of Armageddon, with the casualty list, that that was pretty much a comment on the body count that kept coming out of Vietnam every night on the news. Because so many thousands of Vietnamese on the side, so many hundreds on our side,
and vice versa, and one night this and one night that. When are people going to wake up? Oh, never, because they're stupid fucking lemming sheep. Anyway,
that's kind of why public sentiment turned against the war so quickly, because they're every night on the fucking news. Here comes Walter Cronkite on another body count.
Which also, by the way, is part of the issues they had with Iraq too.
Yeah.
Every fucking thing was announced. And by the way, if you're in a war and you're seriously in a war, You do not sit there and go on the TV every night and tell the enemy what you're planning to do.
Yeah. Well, go for it, because it's no longer, you see the 5 o'clock news and they tell what happened. No, now you're watching it live.
Oh, damn it.
Fucking stop telling them what we're planning.
Yeah, that's what got Geraldo yanked out of the field, because he started, they're going to come in from it. Shut up. We appreciate the enthusiasm, Geraldo, but no, shut up. Because they're watching too, you moron. Kind of forget this point. Yeah, they were watching CNN in Baghdad.
CJH, I forget. How old are you again?
Yeah, how many old man cards have I got to play in this round? Okay.
Oh, we already
feeling in my fucking chest today. Oh God, you are young.
Oh dear, I got underworld in you. Okay.
I've got bras his age.
Mm-hmm.
God.
I could be your mother.
It's actually Indy's age. She turns 30 in September.
This is not the Save-A-Ho channel.
No, just an aside. But
damn, I
did
feel
say
old
that.
now. Thank you.
Are you burn a CD old? I record a tape off the radio old. Okay.
Same. I did that all the time.
It's like, it's like, are you running a video from Blockbuster? I am rabbit ears on the TV and only 3 channels old. Okay.
29. So, yeah, you were. Oh.
You feel old?
You feel old. You weren't even in puberty yet when I got married. I mean, I'm sorry. When I was in Job Corps doing carpentry and shit, you were a toddler. Oh, dear God.
Yeah, 1995. I'd already been back here from California for about 4 years. No.
I've got over 11 years over you, CJH.
It's probably about September of 91. Moved back from California. So I'd already been in the Air Force, been living in California for a few years.
Because I'm in my 40s.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Come to think of it, he was probably still in his teens when Bob and I got married.
Got married finally, yeah. You got out here in 2000.
Oh, Lord, that's so quaint, sweetie. I'm sorry.
So he wasn't even in kindergarten yet.
Look, one of my best friends was born in 94, but I tease him all the time for how young he is. So welcome to the club.
Yeah.
To be fair, most of my best friends are usually much older or much younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You still don't look over 28.
Lydian's an anomaly where he's actually literally 2 months older than me.
Mm.
Exactly.
Mm.
And it's like, we're that close in age. Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as news, Star Trek was still not a big thing at the time. It was considered it was the only hit show out of the 1966 season because everything else that came out that year died. Yeah, what if I went in there with the Clippers right now and got rid of this?
Fuck it. Stop ticking while I'm trying to put this together.
But it's like this got the gray is coming up quite a bit over the past few years because it wasn't this bad just a few years ago.
Yeah, that's all my fault.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
At least she admits it, Bob.
I mean, I can pull up a few videos on the street. The beard wasn't this great yet. Yeah.
Oh God. Hey.
Now it was really about the mid '90s or so when Star Trek kind of hit its peak, I think. Because
this is a lot of work.
Because Next Generation was finishing up its triumphant 7-year run. DS9 was really hitting its stride. Voyager was on the way.
I'm curious if CJH realized when we were on streams together that I was almost 12 years older than him. That I'm 41, damn it!
I mean, Star Trek 6 was in '91. I think it was the 25th anniversary.
Oh, honey.
Mm.
What was it you said was the big difference between the US and UK release of Star Trek 4?
Okay, in England, Star Trek 4, it didn't open with a big dedication to the Challenger.
Come here.
It had a kind of a quick little montage of what had happened in the previous couple movies, with a voiceover from Kirk as a logger type thing, and then, and it really wasn't until it was, and the open. I can probably dig up a video of it, but big close up of the big soccer ball at the bottom of the probe at the voyage home, Star Trek 4. So.
Aww.
And that's how I first saw it, in the theater in Liverpool, because we were over.
Look at him.
Yeah, he just looks so fucking cute.
As the paws up there, ready to plunge down to the cleavage.
You good boy. Boy.
No, because we were out there for the convention. And it's like, hey, showing nearby. Let's go for it.
See, Panther's such a cuddly baby, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
With a little bit of perv in him.
Yes, with a paw on the boob, he's happy.
Hey, would most men be happy to curl up against giant boobs with a hand on them?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a male position, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a horny little bastard.
Just no claws. Okay.
Good boy. I love you. I love you. Yes, I do. Who's a good kitty? Sometimes.
We pretty much all were at that point. Okay.
I wasn't stupid. I was just naive in some ways.
Yeah.
I gave way too much credit to people who didn't deserve it and were assholes.
Yeah.
I
mean, I may have had a bit of an edge because I'm coming off of, at least some actual training for broadcasting. So.
It's when I took so much time off and I pulled back from all these communities because my dad passed away. I realized how many of them really didn't give a shit about me because they threw me away when I lost my father.
Assholes.
And that's when I basically moved into my little crew and I stay there.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's about the same time that the adpocalypse happened. Because when I got monetized, I said, hey, okay, we might be able to get enough money to make it out here, and and then they started throttling on the ads, and just crashed everything. So, oh, gee, thanks. Took forever to get remonetized, and now it's like, well, yeah, I get, lucky if I get a check every 6 months.
YouTube sucks.
I look back at those old streams and I realize just how absolutely ridiculous it was that I put any faith in any of those people. Just basically about 90% of the people I dealt with, I would happily just undo ever having been friendly to them.
I've got most of my stuff still up. I haven't really. Very few things are actually out, not deleted.
Yeah, this is kind of funny because he's purring so hard, my boobs are vibrating.
He's happy. Yeah, I can't keep up.
Okay, honey.
What?
Tell you what I'm gonna do, because I am feeling kind of tired.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna back out for a while, and I'm also gonna put in a request with Paul to try and get a copy of the UK release of Star Trek 4.
Okay, how about you say bye-bye to Panther?
Bye-bye, Panther.
And how about just look up on YouTube foreign opening, the opening title.
I just want to
I
see
know
the
it's-
whole thing.
There's no difference to the rest of the movie.
Whatever.
The rest of the movie is the same damn thing. Okay, so
And that's fair, CJH. To be fair, I was actually very, very pissed that day. And honestly, I've never bothered to go back through my list and unblock people who were in forgiveness other places because I don't really use Twitter much anymore, anyways, because of what he pulled with the bullshit with the block.
Yeah.
So I just privatized anyways. I don't really use it much.
Bye-bye,
Panther, I need to set you down so I can get the model built.
Okay, I'll catch
He's
y'all
like,
later.
yeah, no, you
All
don't.
right.
Bye.
All right. Yeah. Oh,
Hey, good boy. Good boy.
or I'll
Good
boot you.
boy.
There we
Good
go.
boy. Come on.
Okay.
I know. Some of them I know how they were. Some of them I don't. And I do worry about people a lot. Panther, I'm going to need to set you down, sweetie. You hear us cry? Like, no, you're not. I'm a happy kitty. Why would you move me? Oh, I'm just a big giant pain in the butt.
Nothing's like,
Oh, but you are.
that's right, because people don't. This is a job. Okay, you got to work at it.
And that's the other reason I struggle so much because I can't consistently stream with all my medical.
Yeah.
Okay, Panther, come on. Let's put you back in your spot. Come on. Let go of my shirt. Let go of my shirt. Let go of my shirt. Let go of my shirt.
Might want to go off camera for a bit.
Come on. Let go. There you go. Good boy.
Right.
Good boy.
Yeah,
There you go.
Back to your corner. There we go.
He's like, but I didn't want to let go.
That's right. If it was about to become a wardrobe malfunction,
Yeah, there's no way anything's being shown. This bra is super tight.
okay, all right. Yeah,
I'm not.
No, it's half the fun. Come on.
I'm not. I go to my friends' channels and I like my friends who still game on Twitch, and they never bothered to put a minimum bit donation on their stuff. I will sit there and use like 1 bit over and over and over to spam them with things wishing them to lose in their game, popping up over their game. I know it's an asshole move, but it's so fucking funny. I mean,
all righty. What do we got here?
I realize I am very childish in some ways. I've been trying to be the lesson a lot of my friends need on what not to do. Don't do that shit.
And there's this one freak had 6 ribs removed, so we have a slaughter west. And oh, yeah.
Although we probably could wind up the stream and go backstage and bullshit for a bit.
Yeah, probably good around that time. So.
Because I do have to go on another stream tonight, and I probably should not push myself too hard today.
Yeah, you would have got a break in there.
Because I'm on my hormones. I'm moody as a fucking bitch.
Okay, so you want to get your outro there first before I run this thing?
To everybody that stopped in, I do appreciate. Eat a dick. I do appreciate you coming in. Fuck! To those who realize I am 99% of the time demonetized by YouTube because of stupid ticks, if you want to be helpful and supportive, please send super chats.
Yes, either we've gone both channels right now, so either one. Okay.
Save the tatas. That's my favorite.
Yes,
that's my favorite one of those. But you know, it is actually grossly unfair the amount of support breast cancer gets and how little support prostate cancer gets.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, if you want to do one to support prostate cancer, the color is actually a pale teal.
Mm-hmm.
I actually know this. I've done stuff to fundraise for it for guys.
And if you want to do something personally to keep it from happening to yourself, they're going at it, guys. Come on. Studies have shown you got to flush the tubes once in a while, get them bad cells out. Okay.
And also, I would be much more likely to buy a blue one to support a cause than I would pink, as I hate pink. The only reason there's any pink in my room at all is because I'm a cheap bitch. And if I'm looking for boxes to store shit in, I am not going to pay $6 for the color I want when the clearance 25-cent box is available. Mm-hmm. I'm a cheap bitch.
Yeah.
Just remember, I'm a crazy, crazy, crazy girl.
Rush Limbaugh did a thing on a TV show and a whole row of these ribbons lined up like medals and everything. Said, "These show I care more than you do because I'm wearing a ribbon."
And this is still one of my favorite movies that I recommend people to find a copy of and watch. Mm-hmm. And it's also because teal and turquoise are the colors used for my birthstones. So, because I am a December baby. Mm-hmm. I had a recent birthday.
If you're willing to pay a few bucks.
Also, let me grab my link here so we can throw a few people over to my stream as well.
Mm-hmm. If you're inclined, hit the super chat button over there instead of here. Although I encourage both.
If you're feeling inclined to sub to me and get me a little support as well, I could very, very much use it. I get buried in the algorithm quite a lot. Mm-hmm. YouTube doesn't like a lot of my ticks. Eat a dick.
No, it's a frequent thing with when Ertl bought out AMT, and they were cranking out thing. One of the things that a common thing would do is they would be molded in blue. The regular thing was like in white plastic, but every fifth kit was like in blue. That was an inventory thing. It wasn't trying to be collected. It was like, so they could easier to count how many around. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, just count the blue ones. But they are some of the more collectible kits out there for some reason, just because it's different. So if you want to, start off with a blue Enterprise, there you go. I think I may have had one once or twice in the year. I doubt it, though. I know of them, though.
But yeah, if you want to build them for causes, I would definitely lean towards recommending doing a teal one for prostate, as men do not get much supporting or much help with that. And yes, breast cancer needs the support, but we get a lot of it. Yeah, that was his. I'm getting Bob's channel too. I'm just a little slow, okay?
Yeah.
I'm putting it in the StreamYard, so it's showing up on both. Give Bob a like.
So that was her stream she's posted to. Now, for those in her stream, want to click over to my stream for whatever reason.
Give him a sub, give him a like. Let's give some support both ways.
Mm-hmm. I've actually got the sub count up to 1371. Managed to recover a lot of losses that way.
It comes out as weird anyways because they show up on my channel as me saying it, and his channel is him saying it because I'm admin, so I have partial control of his StreamYard.
Yeah, and it just showed up again. There we go. Yeah.
So let's send each other love.
Mm-hmm.
Hit them buttons, subscribe, and I have another channel which is under Playful Eagle. Which, give me a minute, I can pull it up for you.
I've got another channel. It's under my
I do not have the stuff posted there yet, but I am actually working on a whole bunch of videos that I'm going to start releasing there soon. And I plan to start sorry, I'm having a little tick moment. Also co-streaming some of the streams on both of the channels, so bear in mind there will be functionality behind a lot of this. So let's give you guys one more channel to sub to, and watch it and have fun when I start releasing all this shit. Like the tearing apart the online culture and drama, like delving into deep dives and reviews, like the Tourette's story time and stuff like that, are all going to be in that channel over the next few months. They're going to start showing up. I've been working really hard this last year on making those, but things kept happening and I couldn't release them, so I decided they're going in that channel. So it will be a fun channel. For the Tourette's stars, you have the Fractured Fairy Tales music bed behind it. You know? And Little Red Riding Hood went off to the woods with a breakfast of goodies for a fuck you, Grandma. Yeah, Dick. And the big bag wolf looked at their little red and said, "Suck it, Dick. You know what big eyes you have." Whatever. I'm working hard. I'm looking forward to all of this, but it's constant work because of my issues, so I can only film some days. So it's just not fast getting all the stuff ready to post, but it should be going up soon. That's where Metalhead reviews, anime reviews, Trek lore, and criticizing Am I the Asshole and internet dramas, along with the Tress stuff and all that, is going to go on that second channel, keeping my main one more focused on just streams or my artwork and animal work directly. And if I can figure out what is going on with this stupid computer over on the right here, then I'm going to be back on that one, which is technically slightly better setup. But for now, we got this old railway, this old battle wagon. So, so on that note, again, I got a second channel myself, but I didn't figure what to do with it yet. It's just sort of there. Well, the thing is that this second channel was once upon a time actually had quite a few subs on it. As a channel I was running, doing short jewelry videos and short how-to artwork and stuff and poetry videos like 15 years ago, and I actually privated all the old stuff. All the old accounts have fallen off, and it's basically starting over from scratch. So well, that one I've got like one bit of that Papa John's British ad. It's like, so technically I have some privatized videos I could just start releasing again and see how people react to it. But it might be interesting. This is a little doctored up ad where they, do a little news report of basically showing me signing up for Oxford United. I like it. Get a dick. I think I also got maybe a couple of karaoke tracks up there just for convenience sake. But other than that, you're a hoe. Hey, when the ticks are right, they're right. All right. And on that note, we'll talk at you later.